Oh, I'm on mute. Hey guys, what's up? I know, me too. I love these. I'm gonna end with the other one of her singing. I love watching those. I love music anyway, and then to see people playing instruments and to see her like singing, and I don't know. It's just I like that song too. How's everybody doing? Hey Queen Bee. Hey Stiffy. Dark Sea. Let me remove this. How are you guys? Hey Mama Rocks. Exotic wait, Exo Titan baby. Good morning. Oh, is it morning there, Darksea? Hey, Sunny. Hey, Sarah, Angel. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I just want to talk about a couple things first, and then we'll get to that. Because I want your guys' opinion on this. Well, I guess if you don't know that you might be a little bit confused, but yeah, maybe I'll play Ryan's video so you guys could see because I am so lost on that and not because I'm lost because oh I'm so confused. It's because it doesn't make sense. And we'll get to that in a minute. Hey Dodie. I just want to see who's all here. Hey Carrie, Muffin. Oh, Tiffany, are you gonna come up again? I promise I'm in a better mood today. I was in such a grump. I was a grumposaurus the other night, and I feel so bad about that. I'm sorry, but you're the voice of reason, so I'm gonna put up the link. So I would love for you to come up if you want to. Because I love Europe input. Did you watch my video I put out? Because you were doubting some things, so I would like to see what you think. Oh, thank you, Wild Woody. Hey, Yoga. Missed you. Xylo Supply. Ambi Honey Kissed. I'm ridiculous. I didn't know you went on in the day thanks to another sub I learned of this live. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've been actually going on earlier. I started going on earlier, like with the Dylan Rounds case. And it's just I don't know. I love it, loving going on a little bit early. I like going on late too, but sometimes I like going on early. Like I'm going on earlier more often, I should say. Hey Sunny D. You wouldn't? Oh, you're saying you would. I think you wait, I wouldn't continue. I did see it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, I was. I was so grumpy. I felt like I was grumpy. Hey Molly. Okay, so let's just go over like oh my god, I can't even talk. Hold on. Slow it down. Slow it down. Okay. First, before we get into all the thanks, Ryan. Before we get into all the Ronnie and Miro stuff, I just want to go over just the newest stuff. There's no new like update, but there is some new things going on with like the police saying that people are being uncooperative, like the teens are. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I have a video to play about it, and then I have, and there are a couple new pictures that popped up of Kylie, and it looks like Jagger, and then there's one just of Kylie. But let me just play, and then I'm going to put the link up, Tiffany. So I would love for you to come up and anybody else. Oh, thank you, Sofa King. What? Thank you. Um, but let me just put this up first and then I'll add my link. I just want to share a couple things real quick with you. Okay, hold on. See what you guys make out of this. Or no, this one is just never mind. This one is just it is what it is, but I just wanted to share it with you. Okay. So have you guys seen this? Oh my god, I need some water. Wow. And then, like I said, I am going to do open panel, so I'm going to put the link up in a minute. I just wanted to go over a couple things real quick. And then I'll put it up. Okay. So hold on. No, I've been trying to. Are you talking to me? I've been trying to get a hold of him. Yeah. I've been trying to. That's why I tagged him in this and I tagged him in the last video. Because that's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm missing something. I want him to explain it. And I'm not speaking for him. What do you mean? I'm never speaking for him. What I'm doing is I'm taking what he said and I'm asking a question because I don't understand it. And it's actually stuff he said. I'm not putting words into his mouth or anything. So, and I think he's on it. I think he is so on it with a lot of the things. But the one part I don't get in his conclusion that Miro is Ronnie, and I'll get that into that in a minute, because if we believe all the other stuff, then that just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like all his other awesome investigative work that he did, then would be like void if Ronnie's Miro, because then that guy sitting out front wouldn't be Ron. I don't know. We'll get into it. I know I keep saying that, and then I want to keep talking about it. But yes, I never put words in his mouth, and I will not put words in his mouth. I'm just going by what he said. Hey, Ashley. Hey, peace, love, and justice. Okay, so like I said, I have definitely tried to get a hold of him. So I tagged him. Maybe he'll show up. I've been trying to for days because I just want him to explain it because maybe, like I said, well, you just heard what if you were talking about the video, I said, I think you're doing great work. Maybe you can explain what you mean by this. Okay, so police say teens at a party with missing Kylie Rodney are being uncooperative. People aren't talking to us. Well, we knew that, but just to hear it come out, like where they're actually saying it again. Our authorities have been searching for the missing 16-year-old for nearly 2 weeks. And then nearly I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already. Like it just, it seems like it just happened. It's already been 2 weeks. So in the nearly 2 weeks since Kylie Rodney vanished after a party near Chucky on August 6th, authorities have followed up on dozens of leads and interviewed multiple witnesses in hopes of finding the missing 16-year-old. But not everyone is being cooperative in the search, according to authorities. And I just wanted to point out another thing, how, man, I don't know why my mouth is so dry right now. What the heck? How Sammy was saying how there's hundreds of videos, and then Placer County posts on their site that's not true. We do not have hundreds of videos. And I think that's the point that they're making. They're being uncooperative. They're not sending in their videos. They're not talking to them. These are teenagers. They have hundreds of videos. There are hundreds of videos, but the police don't have hundreds of videos. You see what I'm saying? There's got to be, because everybody's filming stuff. But why? I wish they would just turn them into the cops. If they didn't do anything, just turn it in, because a lot of them caught Kylie. I mean, I don't know if a lot of them, but some of them had to catch Kylie. They had to have maybe caught her where, oh, you can't even see me, huh? Hold on, I have this wrong. Or wait, there we go. They would have caught her, maybe with somebody after Sammy left, see who she with. But they're not being cooperative. But anyway, it says people aren't talking to us. Placer County Sheriff's Office Public Information Officer Angela Moslem told the New York Post on Thursday, a lot of people from the party may be in college or may be about to start college, and they're afraid that they will ruin their future if they say something. Wow, that's exactly what we were saying, remember? Kylie was last seen around 12:30 a.m. on that Saturday morning, according to the police. She was one of the more than 100 juveniles and young adults who attended a party near the Prosser family campground, about 10 miles north of Truckee, California. But after texting her mother after texting her mother that she was heading home soon, Kylie's phone went off and hasn't turned on since. There has also been no trace of her silver 2013. Oh, now I didn't realize what year it was. 2013. When I was looking up pictures, you guys probably would have already known. I didn't realize what year. Okay, 2013 Honda CRV, which bears California license plate YUR 127. Authorities are treating Kylie's disappearance as a possible abduction. In a Friday press release, the Placer County Sheriff's Office say they conducted a SO compliance sweeps throughout the area as part of the investigation. Wait, what is today? Did they have a press conference or just a release? It's the night, or no, today's Friday. Oh, I saw the post. Did they just talk about the post that I have the screenshot of the post. Yeah, it doesn't say conference, so it's probably just the post. Okay. Anyway, the operation, which occurred on Thursday, August 18th, resulted in several sex registrants being found in violation of their terms, with one arrest being made and criminal charges to be filed on another. The sheriff's office said authorities did not announce any connection between the arrest and Kylie's disappearance. As of Friday, the sheriff's office say they have received 1,562 tips on Kylie's disappearance. They have assigned 73 personnel to the case and have expanded approximately 18,810 personnel hours on her finding her. Police say that they have photos of Kylie at a party, but not a single partygoer has come forward saying they saw her leave. So they do have photos, plural. And then I think they have a video, right? That video with her hoodie. Detectives located surveillance. Oh yeah, we know this. As a local business, she was spotted on 8/5 at 6:08 p.m. prior to going missing. Black spaghetti strap bodysuit, green Dickies with black grommet belt, and black Vans. And that's another thing. Did somebody say that they saw her that it didn't look like she had black? In that picture, almost doesn't look like it's black shoes, but I don't know what that white. You see that? Would that be her shoes? You see that white? But maybe not. Maybe not. But I forget who said that, or maybe I read a comment where was that you, Tiffany? Kylie was last seen. Oh yeah, there we go. I just read that. So she's 5'7" tall, 118 pounds, blonde hair, hazel eyes. She has a nose ring, several other piercings, as well as a tattoo on her ribs. They still haven't corrected that. It has to be wrists. It has to be on her wrist. They have not corrected it, right? Because that's I think that's a tattoo on a wrist that says 17. I think it's just that people are just copying the ribs thing. I could be wrong though. What do you guys think of that? So there's a specialized tip line has been established about Kylie's disappearance and whereabouts at 530-581-6320. Press option 7. Okay. So I'm going to play the quick clip while I put the link up if anybody wants to join panel. And we'll talk about the stuff that I wanted to talk about. Okay, hold on. Let me, hold on. Let me remove this. All right. So is everybody doing good? Hopefully we'll get a good panel going up. We'll do this right this one here. All right.
14 days and still no sign of Truckee teenager Kylie Rodney or her vehicle. Tips and theories have flooded the Placer County Sheriff's Office social media accounts and tip lines, but they now say that some of those are hurting their investigation.
Andrew Hobner joining us live now with why the overwhelming community support may be actually slowing down the investigation, Andrew.
Yeah, good morning, John and Dina. And yeah, these phones, great as they've been for a variety of things, have been a bit of a hindrance for local law enforcement who are now entering the second week of their search for missing Placer County teenager Kylie Rodney. Here on the phone, this is actually from Placer County saying we are receiving too many tips, duplicate tips, and law enforcement is overwhelmed. The issue is they're receiving a lot of the same tips from the same people, and they're asking the public to take a look specifically at what it is they're sending in.
When we're getting multiple of the same leads from the same people, it's really starting to slow down that process.
Detectives are still actively searching, soon to be joined by a rogue search and rescue group, Adventures with Purpose. Now, the Placer County Sheriff's Office is also cautioning the public on what they see online, what they see with their phones, that rumors can spark, but the information that comes out that's vetted and correct is coming from the Placer County Sheriff's Office, and that is the information trail you should follow with any updates on the missing Placer County teenager Kylie Rodney.
Yeah, there are so many theories, so many videos posted online, but certainly going to the authorities for the most current and accurate information is what is advised. All right, thank you so much for that live report, Andrew.
Mute. Tiffany, we got Snooks looking good, looking good. I love your hoodie. Like, can you hear me?
Yes. Thank
Hey,
you.
Snooks.
Hey,
Tiffany,
Carol.
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sorry, my headphones are
Oh,
a bit
okay.
goofy.
I like go like this. I want to see your hoodie.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
your sweatshirt or whatever. I like that. I love colors.
Thanks.
So what's up, Snooks?
Nothing. I just had a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. I think that possibly that she never left the party, not of her own will. I think that she went out to take a pee like she had been doing with Sammy, like they mentioned, and someone might have snagged her there. And the other thing is, you know, they've mentioned about about her having a different hoodie on. It kind of leans to the idea that maybe she didn't have her car there, which I've heard people talk about. The reason I say that is because Sammy said that the black hoodie was in her car, or Meg's did. I'm not sure which one. One of them said the hoodie was in her car. If her car wasn't there, she wouldn't be able to go out and get her hoodie, so she'd have to borrow one from somebody else.
Well, no. Are you talking about you're saying the black hoodie? Wait.
The black hoodie was supposed to be in her car. Meg's or one of them said that, yeah, she had the black hoodie and it was in her car.
Oh, I see. Because she was seen with the what is it? Now, what is the
white
logo?
The white one that was
Odd
somebody
Future.
else's.
Odd Future, thank you. So she was seen with that one on. Okay, so you're saying the black one was maybe in the car, and that's why she couldn't
get it? Because maybe her car wasn't there. I don't know. It just
I don't
kind of
think she
leads to that.
borrowed
Why
that
would she
because-
not go get the black hoodie out of her car? If she was cold, she kept going out to her car. Why didn't she just snag it
But
when
she had the white one though. I think she had the white one July 18th when she was wearing it though.
was that her white hoodie? Was that hers?
I think she wore it July 18th. That one picture it's her that says it's a
Okay, so
picture from
that was
July
her
18th.
hoodie.
So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
oh, otherwise, I mean, Ellie did say that she had borrowed that day the black one from Mags. So perhaps when Mags left the party after catching a ride with Sammy, she took her hoodie back, and then that's why she had to wear another one.
And Sam did never see that hoodie either. Sam never saw her wear the white hoodie. So that white hoodie had to have been worn after Sammy left.
I know, and I just don't get why the plus are saying it was early in the night that they had the video with her with it on now. Early in the night.
And why did Sammy say that that's
one of the weird things that why people don't trust her. That's one thing of many. That's like how did she see her with it? Yeah. So I mean, why didn't she say that? She was with her all night. If she had it on early on in the night, she should have seen her with that hoodie and she should have said something because that's important. You know, I know they ended up finding out, but she could have just said something right away. Like, why was she not saying anything?
But she mentioned the black hoodie, but she didn't mention the white hoodie.
Did she mention that? But if she did, though, but she didn't say she saw her with it on.
No, she never said she wore it. No.
Okay. Did she mention? I didn't hear her. Did she mention the black hoodie then, Tiffany? Do you remember that too?
I don't know, but it would align with her hanging out like earlier in the day and then possibly ditching Kylie at the party, like once they got there or something.
Oh, so wait, Snooks, real quick. Where did you hear her say about the black hoodie?
It was just in one of her many videos.
Okay. And then
she was the only one that I was.
Tiffany?
I noticed that at the beginning because I thought, well, I don't see the black hoodie here in this picture, but she was at a store.
The one from July 18th, they said when she was wearing it. And yeah, guys, we figured it out. There's so many comments like that's a root beer, but we did end up figuring it out that was a root beer. So yeah, I don't know, Snooks. I mean, it's the stuff Sammy says doesn't add up at all, but maybe it is innocent. Tiffany, what were you thinking now? So you think she might have ditched her and she really wasn't hanging out with her all night? Is that what you're thinking? Maybe?
I just can't imagine. Okay, so when would she have put the white hoodie on and she didn't see it? That's why they need the videos to see the timestamps because she's saying what time she left. Well, that's weird that she didn't see her in that white hoodie when she has given so much detail about everything else.
Especially if they're peeing in the woods together. I mean, come on.
And here's another thing. If it's a hoodie, she would have noticed it because if they're peeing and she's having to take a bodysuit off.
No, you just unsnap the crotch, but still.
If it unsnaps, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Or you pull it to the side, you know.
I started to say, I didn't want to be that graphic, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you just slide it to the side. You're right. You're right.
So I'll thank Spurs Girl. Okay, since my title, can we just go over what my title was real quick and then we could just like veer off and talk about anything, but let's just do that first, just so we can get that out of the way, because I really wanted to hear, Tiffany, what you thought after you got to like go over stuff. The biggest thing I have is the thing with Ryan. I think he's doing a really good job, but when he loses me when he says that Miro is the same person as Ronnie, because his whole thing that he found Ronnie out. Wait, here, let me share hold on. Let me share this real quick so I could like share some of this stuff as I'm going. Hold on a second. Okay. So he found, this is my video I just did, but I'll just use some of the pictures so I have them all right here. Okay. So he found Ronnie, right? He found Ronnie. Well, he had Miro's phone number right here. Miro. He calls him, this Miro guy, and he kind of sides with him and says, yeah, Ronnie's suspicious. I don't trust him. So he's kind of taking Ryan's side, how Ronnie's suspicious. Well, Ryan is suspicious of this guy right away, which, you know, I don't blame him, right? Thank you, Spurs Girl, by the way. Did I thank you already? So So yeah, so Ryan gets suspicious of this guy, thinking that he's connected to Ronnie, right? So he looks up his number, and he said his number is actually it goes to a few different people's, and one of the people's house that it's linked to is, let me find a better picture of the original right here. Okay, okay, it links up to this guy's house that's sitting outside, right? So he notices the shoes that match up with these shoes, and these shoes, actually, his screenshot he got wasn't from an Instagram video. It was from the video where Ronnie calls in to
That was Instagram.
Incamel. Oh, it was Instagram? Oh, he called into Incamel on a live through Instagram?
I know he just broadcasted a live on Instagram. He may have
Oh, and then
replayed it.
Incamel just used it.
Right. So
But he was
therefore,
talking to him, I thought.
no, he was just saying because he was proving his identity. So he was just like, I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna go over here and try to help and whatever.
Oh, he wasn't actually even talking to him?
What, Ikmel?
Yeah, I thought during when he was in the car he was actually talking to Ikmel. He wasn't? So I
No.
misunderstood that all.
Yeah.
Because
It was
Ikmel was playing the other one that he was playing it from.
Right. He was just trying to help the story, because the thing is that it's the misunderstandings on several levels. Like, they're two different guys. This white
No, there
dude
are. Thank you. They are.
and the white dude was just a troll who had at least 4 to 5 days to watch that video over and over again so he could see the shoe, and that's it. That's all there is to it.
Can I tell you my theory? Like, maybe it might just be random, but I think there possibly could be a connection. There either or. Tiffany, I think it could just be random and it's just a troll, or there could be a connection. And what if Miro is actually Ronnie's cousin that he's talking about? Because he says, "Oh, my cousin's from Roseville." Miro says he's from Roseville. So let me just explain this, and then you go. Okay, so this guy is supposedly Ronnie, right? And so Ryan finds out, oh my God, there's this guy. Oh my God, that's the same shoes. He's this black guy sitting outside of Miro's, and the shoes match up. And so he's saying that, right? And it's like, good job, good job, good job. And then he's like, Miro's Ronnie. And then it's like, well, you just said it was this guy's shoes was the black guy sitting out here. This is Ronnie. So how can Miro be Ronnie when this is the guy that Ikemel talks to? Do you see what I'm saying? And you even said he's a black guy. So you could either debate and say that guy's not a black guy, but like, he said he's a black guy sitting outside. Oh my God, that's Ronnie's shoes. And then when he said, look, Ronnie's shoes, or he sends in the shoes, and Miro's like, those are Ronnie's. And he's like, oh my God, Miro's Ronnie. So that's where he just lost me, because I thought you just made an awesome find where you just found maybe Ronnie or whoever this guy is sitting outside Miro's house, which means they're connected. Maybe they're cousins, maybe they're friends, whatever, which means they could be connected if this is really the guy. Let's say this is one of the theories I have, that maybe it is. Maybe it's his cousin, maybe they're friends, maybe it means nothing, Tiffany. I agree. It definitely can be that way. But if Ryan even thinks that this is the guy and this is his shoes, but if that's the case, then they have to be different people. Do you see what I'm saying? So if he's to believe all this awesome stuff he found, then why does he think it's the guy? Because that means that it's not this black guy sitting out here. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? How could he be him, or this isn't his shoes? But his whole thing is, oh my God, look, it's his shoes. It's the same guy. But yet you're saying he's him. I mean, do you follow me? So like either one or the other could be true in Ryan's theory. Either Miro is Ronnie and this isn't him, or this is him. He linked the shoes and they're friends and they hang out, whether they're cousins or friends. So that's why it can't all be true. So that's why I just wanted Ryan to come on here. And I'm not dissing Ryan. I think he did an awesome job. I would like him to come on here and maybe explain this, because I just don't get it, how they both could be true. That's all. But like, I put that video up and I thought it was pretty clear, but I got so many comments that they missed the whole point. I'm like, no, you're missing the point. So I'm like, I got to talk about it during the live. But I bet you still people aren't understanding, huh? Do you understand, Tiffany, my point or no?
Kind of, but let me break it
Oh,
down.
only
Let me break
kinda.
no, let me break it down for you. Those shoes don't match. Picture taken in 2016, a guy that lives in the hood and could be wearing the same pair of shoes. Sorry.
That's fine.
Could you
That's
find a more
fine.
ambiguous pair of shoes to try to match? It's just
But
that's
if you go the route, okay, I get that, and I think that's a good possibility. But if you go the route where you say you believe what Ryan says, right? Then do you see what I'm saying? How it can't, his whole thing can't be true. It
right.
could be
His
just one
thing,
or the
right.
other, right?
It doesn't make sense, right? I do. I get it.
Either he
Because
is this guy, which is this black guy sitting out here, and they're two separate people, and this guy's just at Miro's house, or they're the same people. They can't both be true. So I just need to ask Ryan. I think he's just overlooking that little thing somehow because he's right. I mean, he's gone onto something, and then he says it at the end. They're the same guy. It's like, oh, you lose me. Wait, I thought you were saying that black guy was him. Oh no, it can't be both true.
Ronnie's real, dude. Ronnie's
I
real.
believe, I believe that's what I'm saying. I believe he's real, but I'm still, I'm confused. I'm not sure if I believe what I believe with Miro. I think Miro could be, maybe they're connected, maybe they're friends. I think the one reason that they could have sent, like, let's say Ronnie sent Miro to call Ryan and connect with him and say, yeah, Ronnie's suspicious, because then this Miro guy can control the narrative of what Ryan thinks of Ronnie because he connects and he's like,
But
okay, this is what I think.
do you see anybody white in that picture?
What's that?
You see anybody white in that
Well,
picture?
all I'm saying is this guy's not this guy. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But it doesn't seem like this guy who's either Russian or Czech.
Yeah, but
He could have just spoofed the number. I could spoof any phone number I want, anytime, any day. Okay, so it no, and even then the phone pinged back to Sacramento, not where Ronnie lives.
where does Ronnie live? No, but the whole thing is he thinks, see, Ryan thinks that, and I think, there's a possibility he's right on this or maybe not, but he thinks it's Miro's phone number. So Ronnie was just maybe hanging. Oh no, he thinks they're the same guy. Well, I don't know because there's two different things.
Exactly.
That's
That's why I was
not
so
making
hung up the other
sense
night. Yeah.
though, because he's thinking that guy's sitting out there, which I think, okay, oh my God, look, Ronnie's friends with him. He's sitting at your house, Miro. This phone links to you, and you're sitting with somebody that looks like Ronnie. So Ronnie put you up to this. He had you call me. You guys are friends. You guys are connected. And then he's like, you're the same person. It's like, oh, so I don't know. Like I could believe the first part, not the same person. So I could believe though that maybe Ronnie's just friends with Miro, and Miro's phone links to Sacramento, and Miro is just lying about where he lives. It could be that. I don't know.
Well,
Or
you
Miro moved, but he was hanging out with Ronnie before where he used to live. Or they're totally unrelated. They could be totally unrelated. I'm like 50-50. I'm not leaning, like, you know what I'm saying? 50 your way, 50 maybe, but not that they're the same person. Okay.
I think that Ryan just started, he really feels passionate about,
Yes.
thinking that Ronnie isn't real, but that would be really hard to have an IG and a history on the IG and everything else
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I think he's just really passionate about it. And now it's like, it's like a battle to prove himself.
But he was on it up until like the two things just contradict each other. He could have just picked, I think he should have just, I don't know. That's why he needs to come on and explain, because maybe we're not, I'm misunderstanding.
Maybe we're missing it. Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, he does keep saying that Ronnie's Miro, so I don't know how I could be taking that the wrong way. But
well, because the real Ronnie, after he received the death threats, then privated his Instagram, but then started trolling the other guy by putting his name as Miro, and then again in Ryan's video when they give him the real name that the Instagram was under, I could not understand what the second word was for the real profile. So it's all misconception. It's just a misunderstanding from the beginning to the end. And basically this Miro he's just a troll.
okay, Kurt, that's what see, he needs to come explain it, because but why does he keep saying that Ronnie is Miro? I knew there had to be something that he didn't mean it literally then, because it just didn't make sense. But so what does he mean when he says that Ronnie is Miro then, if he does know that they're two different people?
He doesn't know they're two different people.
But that Captain Kurt, I think he's friends with Ryan. I don't know. Come on up if you want to explain it. Oh wait, somebody was just up back here, but you never were connected. So yeah, Ronnie is okay, but then what is so I am missing something, but go watch his video.
Okay.
He keeps saying Ronnie is Miro. So what does that mean then? One juror matters.
I think the closest it could be is that's his cousin.
Yeah, I think it could be his cousin because he says I'm from Roseville. Freaking Ronnie says that my cousins are from Roseville. Could be.
Yeah, but then Ryan's like, yeah, your phone isn't pinging from there. You lying POS. Okay. So that's not them. It's not them. There's no correlation.
Say what you think, Ryan. Say what you think.
Yeah, Captain Kurt. That's what I think that one of the motives for Miro coming in and trying to talk to Ryan is to control the narrative. I agree with that. He's trying to like basically talk for Ronnie in a way where he's like, okay, I'm gonna like connect with him. Yeah, Ronnie's suspicious, but then he could control exactly what Ryan thinks of Ronnie. He could be like, well, no, Ronnie's this or Ronnie's that, and he could kind of control it. And maybe Ronnie sent him in. I could see that. Yeah. So. Okay. Well, then that makes sense if you're saying he knows they're two different people. But maybe he should explain when he keeps saying that Ronnie is Miro. Because if I'm taking it that way, I'm sure a lot of other people are taking it that way too. So that's why I tagged him on my video because
is it like he's saying he's like a mouthpiece for him? I mean, could he mean it like that?
But maybe he should say that because I was so lost and I've been like going. I've been Kurt. Yeah, Kurt. I've spent so many hours thinking about this. Please tell him because I need to know. I need to.
What about the white leg though?
Yes. Okay. People are disagreeing with me, but I think that it's just I think it is. I think it's just the lighting.
Because the left leg, when it comes out, and this is live, is black, and it's a two-door car, so you have to manually push forward the seat to let somebody out. So tell me, how do you get a black person? It's just the light being absorbed from all the black interior.
No, I agree, Tiffany. But Kurt, I don't know. That's true. Snooks, I'm glad you brought that up. I think he thinks Ronnie is Miro because he talks about the white leg and him being white. Are you sure?
But what about the black hand?
He doesn't acknowledge that. He's like, this is, you have a white leg, bro. You have a white leg, bro. Like, he's all about,
I like him. No, I do like Ryan.
No,
I don't want to.
I love him.
He's passionate and I feel it and I totally get it. But I'm sorry that dude, first of all, is blacker, wearing blacker shoes 6 years prior to this gentleman who's lighter wearing navy blue shoes. They're not the same shoes. I'm sorry.
I almost see like the one that's sitting outside. It looked like there could be like a Nike stripe like on the side.
Or like they have like a thicker front, like that white panel. They're not the same shoes. I bet you if you could ask real Ronnie for like the tag and the manufacturer date on the shoes he's wearing, it'll be after 2016. They're not the same people. They're just.
You have to admit that's weird though when freaking Ryan just sends him a picture of the shoes that Miro goes, those are Ronnie's shoes. That's
he watched the video for 4 or 5 days. A troll knows what to do.
Okay. So look, you guys, I think that does look like a black hand and it does look like a white leg. We are actually the ones that found that 2 nights ago and we were freaking ask Tiffany, was I not like, oh my God, it's a white leg?
Yes, you were. And I was like, ugh.
No, like, no. And then everyone's like, just watch. And then when you see his other leg, I'm like, that could either be black or white. I don't know. And then when you see his leg, when he pans down, but everybody in the comments is like, that's just a shadow. But look, this black hand. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, look at this leg. Like, I think that doesn't look that white. Do you?
No, it does not.
And look how it kind of changes when, hold on, let me turn this down so it doesn't come up. Okay. So look how it looks whiter at first. Wait, hold on, I didn't rewind it. Hold on, let me make it bigger. It looks whiter at here. Look to the left, it'll be coming on in a minute. It'll look a little bit whiter at first this is the hand. Look, okay, hold on, I think I play it. Come on. No, I guess not. Hold on.
And if he wears pants, his legs wouldn't get as much sun too. If he wears pants a lot. And he looks fairer skinned to me whenever I saw a picture. I mean, he didn't look.
Tiffany, there you go. That's what Tiffany has been saying. And he's light skinned. Are you talking about the real Ronnie?
Ronnie, yeah.
Hold on, let me find the other. Yeah, there's a picture of one of them. But did you see the more recent picture of them? First I was like, that's 2 different people. But then I looked at them both. I'm like, no, I think That is. It's just one is a lot older. I think that, look, this is supposed to be him too, right? This guy? Because that's what Mick
Yeah.
and Mel's
Maybe I
Make it
before he
bigger.
went private, I don't know.
here. Hold on. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi, Jennifer.
How are you?
I'm good. How's everyone doing?
Very good. Very good. Thanks for coming up.
No problem. I'm a new follower and I've been kind of following different YouTube creators on this case. And it's just crazy and wild to me, all the conspiracies that are like kind of generating from all the information that is coming out. But I personally do feel that there definitely is something odd about this whole Ronnie and Miro situation.
I do too. I think there's a possibility too, to be
Same nose,
honest.
same lips, same
Because
guy.
they
Yeah, I
interject.
see
Oh
that,
yeah, I
yep.
think it's the same guy.
It's
But
the same guy.
they interject, but I don't think that this guy's the same guy. So
Exactly. I think that Miro guy made something up with Ronnie's information, kind of like
Yes.
what Church up Ryan is basically saying, right? And I think that some people are running with it because Ryan seems to be like very passionate and kind of like
Yeah.
crazy about it, you know? And they're interpreting what he's saying in the wrong way because, again, he does kind of call people out of their names. And, you know, I can see why people are getting offended and kind of like saying, like, this guy is crazy. But definitely the whole leg thing is what really, yesterday when I was doing my research, that's what really pulled me into thinking that this whole thing is kind of weird and set up. Like
So do you
something.
think it's a white leg? We got Kurt up here. Maybe he could explain. But do you see how it kind of looks white and then it looks a little darker?
Yes.
I
Hey,
mean, yeah,
Kurt.
it looks white. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
100%. I mean, I'll give you that. But
go look at my reaction the
but
other
the
night.
hand
I was
even right
freaking
there.
out, but the hand just looks black.
And
And
it's
then
also the lighting because I can move in different directions, move my phone around depending on where the sunlight is when you're outside, if your car is tinted, you know, like that has a lot of
Yeah.
factors to do
All
with
the
how that color of that leg is going to appear. So that's also something that has to be taken into consideration, in my opinion.
yeah.
hey, Kurt. So what do you think? Maybe you could explain it because you talk to Ryan. Because maybe I'm understanding it wrong. Are you saying?
Yeah, you are. I mean, you're not. I understand why you're confused because there is a little bit of confusion with that. I'm not going to speak for Ryan, but what I will say from the conversations we've had, um, what he's meaning when he says Ronnie is Miro is, do you remember when he called Ronnie was on Ixmail show and Church called up and they talked and he started yelling at him or whatever. So from that moment, at that point, everything that has matched what Ronnie is talking about, Miro has talked about. So the very first call was probably Ronnie. That was probably 100% Ronnie. But now Miro has taken the wing and kind of speaking for him. I think what he's trying to prove is that somebody knows something along the lines of Ronnie and Miro are connected. They're the same person. They're speaking in the same senses. Like in the very beginning, Roseville was brought up. Roseville is where Miro's phone pinged to. Ronnie said he was from Roseville. Ronnie said he lived in a two-story house. So does Miro. Miro said he lives in Roseville in a two-story house. So a lot of the things that are being said by both parties are the same. So what I think Ryan's trying to get through is that they're the same individual. So what I said before is Ronnie's the dealer and Miro's the henchman. What I mean by that is, have you ever seen the movie Alpha Dog? That's the question I'll ask you. That might clear up what the confusion is. So if this Ronnie guy owns a chop shop, from what I've found, and he has been a known drug dealer, he's not going to expose himself to the public. I'm surprised that he called the first time. I think he put his foot in his mouth and realized it, and now Miro is doing the talking for him. That's what I'm almost positive Ryan means by that.
Okay, I could buy that.
I think there was more than one person in that car. I think that it wasn't just Ronnie in the car, and I also think that that was just to kind of show, hey, look, I'm innocent. I'm not doing anything. I mean, I don't know.
That video was sent in before Ryan ever like jumped into it, though.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a delay in when Ronnie spoke with Ickmail. to when this mysterious Ronnie popped up by 4 or 5 days. So he had plenty of time to hear Ronnie's story, memorize the video,
Right.
change his Instagram to a fake one that matched the other guys.
I agree. I do agree. But at the same sense, so there's I got a video up on my channel that kind of discusses why I think there's too many coincidences that point to Miro, that there's no way that this kid is just faking it and he's not involved. There is the phone number that Miro gave Ryan. Ryan, he reached out to Ryan and said on Twitch, "Hey, call me. I got all this information for you." Gave Ryan the number. When Ryan looked up the number, it came back to two people. It came back to an Olympic sprinter, and it came back to a woman that has worked in since at least 2014. She's worked at a place called North Fork Campground. North Fork Campground is off of Interstate 80, literally in between Roseville and Truckee. You got to drive down Interstate 80 to get from Roseville to Truckee, and you drive right past this place. Miro's phone number is associated with somebody that works there. We don't know anything about Miro, correct? So Miro could live with his parents. That could have been why he had to go outside or downstairs, because he had to talk. I'm just theorizing this. So now if I'm friends with a drug dealer, right? And the drug dealer knows that my mom's worked at a national park, and the drug dealer knows that, or the person, I won't call them a drug dealer, I'll just say this person knows that I've had connections with a park. Maybe Miro works at this park. We don't know. So what my point is if I was trying to get rid of somebody and I knew that this kid works his parents have worked at a national park for a long time. Hey, Miro, you want to help me get rid of somebody real quick? Your mom's got a lot of access to a bunch of areas that nobody's allowed into. She's a maintenance worker. I don't know if it's his mom, his aunt, his cousin, whoever it is, but there's too many coincidences that point to this dude. Like, okay, the phone number just happens to be in the same town that he lives in, and it jumps back to a lady that works at a nature preserve. And not only does she works in the Tahoe National Forest at a campground, and it's in between where the party was held and where he lives. So it ain't nothing to drive an hour and a half to Truckee, go to a party, stalk this female. This is another thing. This is my point. I think the two cousins are Sammy and Mags, and the reason I say that is because I feel like they went there to drop Miro off at that party. I feel like the only reason they were there was to drop him off. He either coerced her to get into the vehicle and give him a ride home, or he was hitting on her, whatever, maybe even drugged her. Maybe what didn't happen there. But my point is somebody had to drive that vehicle somewhere, correct? Somebody had to dispose of the body if that's what happened, correct? Okay, how simple would it be to take this white Charger that Ronnie was driving, drop this kid off at the party, load up her vehicle and her, drop her body somewhere, jump back in the Charger and go back to Roseville? Like a lot of, and everything that I've looked at and all the search parties and where they're looking north. They're going up towards where she would have traveled to her house. And they're only looking in like a 10-mile radius around Truckee where the party was held. If you go an hour down the road, you're not even 40 minutes. You're at this campground that Miro, imagine this. There's no way that this is a coincidence, that this kid is associated with somebody that works in a campground.
Do you know his real name then, if you know that association?
No, that's why we looked it up, because all we knew, the phone number, when you hit the phone number and you search the phone number, it comes back two people, an Olympic sprinter and a lady that works at parks, and they both lived in that town. So like I told Ryan, maybe it was this Olympic sprinter's phone. You know, the phone got shut off or whatever. Somebody opened up a phone. The kid's 21 years old. It's very possible that mom got him the phone when he was younger. Aunt got him the phone. It could be an adopted mother. We don't know enough about this kid to assume who it is. But all I know is until he can come out with a name, or we can prove that dude has nothing to do with it, that's my number one suspect.
Why can't he be the cousin though? Because he said he's from Roseville, and Ronnie said his cousins are from Roseville. Don't you think Miro's maybe Ronnie's
Yes, but you
cousin?
heard Ronnie say his cousins are from Roseville.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, right. You're saying he just lied, that Miro just said that. Oh.
Well, and I feel like the two cousins are Megs and Sammy, and that's one of the reasons why they dropped her off at a party and left 10 minutes later, because they knew what was going to happen there, so they got out of there to clear their name. Like, there's a lot of it that makes sense to me. There's a lot of it, especially the fact that I'm learning more and more about Megs being into drugs pretty bad, and Ryan's kind of located a name he thinks is associated with Miro, but he's not sure, so he hasn't said anything. Like, I respect the shit out of Ryan for what he's doing because he doesn't have to do this. And people
for
are
sure.
literally, look, he ain't trying to pinpoint. You can't go into these type of situations as a softie. You got to kind of approach it like, yo, I know you're guilty. If somebody ain't guilty or if somebody's not doing it, they're going to prove their innocence. That's just how humans work, you know? And I feel like that's what Ryan's doing. He's like, look, I got 3 million subs that think it's you. You know what I'm saying? Prove me wrong. And I think that's why he's using this aggression. And I appreciate him for that.
I think that Sammy bolted. I don't think she told her that she was had another ride. That's the only reason that girl would have called her and asked her, do you still need a ride? She hadn't been told that she had a ride. I believe that Sammy just left with somebody, and I think she just left her there, but she made a big deal about she'd gone over and told her that she found a ride. I do not believe that. I think that she just left.
Hi, Laura and Eve. I just want to say hi to you guys. Thanks for coming.
I didn't even know I was in there. I was so intrigued with all the conversations. It's going so good.
Have you ever told, has that everybody told a lie, correct? Everyone in here has told a lie at some point in their life.
Never.
Okay, so,
Right.
so my thing is I've been focusing on early on the first statements that came out of everybody's mouth, and I've been dissecting those statements. I'm not worried about anything else, and the reason why is because these people are creating their lives as they go. Yeah, so the first thing I noticed was almost everyone, with an exception of a few people, has spoke of her in the past tense, and that sticks out to me. One of them said, I was the last person to see her at the party. That's going around. That's huge to me. I was the last person to see her.
How does she know? Kurt, how did she know she was the last person if she left her?
I agree with that. But Kurt, let me ask you something. I've gone down that path too. My question with that is, you can also look at it as, and I'm playing devil's advocate because I agree with everything you're saying. But devil's advocate, you can say, you're right, she's using past tense. But wouldn't you use past tense if you were describing the night before?
No. And the reason I say no is because have you ever lost somebody in your life? Like, have you ever had somebody close to you pass?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So what's the first thing? And I've done this and I'm guilty of this. And this is just human nature. I've gone to my grandparents' funeral. I've talked to people about my father passing. And the first thing, because it's a factual event that's happened, you accidentally say, oh yeah, they're gone or they're not here. And you feel immediate regret. You're like, damn, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, they're in the head. Like, you feel guilt about it. And I noticed they immediately said she's not, we were last one. Oh, and then they like try to recant it and make it sound like past tense. They're not saying it as past tense. They're saying it as a factual thing. Like, oh, she's not here no more. Like, oh, well, imagine that. I don't know, man. I'm a person that's going to look at the whole situation and I'm going to judge. Look, nobody's supposed to be being nice in this situation. Like, that's the one thing I don't understand. We don't know these people. We don't know anything about these people. My job is to try to find out everything I know about them, and I stay on that person until they prove their innocence. They're all trying to make an alibi. They're building an alibi. Every single one of them are building an alibi of being at that party. Ronnie and Miro have not built an alibi. Neither one of those have not built an alibi. Why? What are they trying to do? They're trying to defer their situation off of the other people.
Here's the difference, Kurt, and this is going to sound whack, but I was talking about this earlier. When a guy does it, when a guy creator says those things, people respect it. When a female creator goes hard, we're bitches. How could you? You're horrible. Ask Rav, ask Tiffany. They know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
I have that same attitude and I get labeled, you're such a bitch, you don't know, blah, blah, blah. But when a guy does it, the exact same thing, but worse, people respect him for it.
I can appreciate that, but at the same time, I also believe who cares? Like, in a sense, like, I'm going to be me regardless of what other people think about me. And if they think I'm a bitch, I'm a bitch. If they think I'm an ass, I'm an ass.
That's me.
And that's the way it should be. And I feel like that's Ryan's aggression that he's starting to get out, is he's so pissed off that a lot of these people are so quick to write somebody off and be like, nope, they're innocent. Like, no, they're not. Nobody that is involved in this is innocent yet. There's not a single person that has anything to do with this that's an innocent person. My biggest issue is I think there was only 5 people associated with those people that were even near that party. I think it was Ronnie. I think it was Sammy. I think it was Megs. I think it was Kylie, and I think it was Miro. Those 5 people, and they made a statement that 6 people were in an SUV and rode to the party. So why are they giving numbers of the amount of people that rode in this SUV? There's no way 6 people fit in the SUV, and it's not a big. It's a RAV4.
But let me tell you something else, and then I gotta,
in there.
and then I'll be right back. But let me tell you something else. And I tried getting a hold of Ryan the other day about this. I pieced together her car was not there. I mapped it all out over 2 lives. Her car was not there. And so many things fit into play, and everything that we think we believe is from Sammy.
I can't believe I'm actually going to agree with you, Purple.
But it is so easy to piece together that her car was not there.
I agree.
Everyone needs
I don't think her car was there either.
That her car was there, because it was not.
So where do you think how did she get there, Laura?
I think she may have initially been there, but she for car reasons, I think she had to park further out. So I don't think she was, because when what's her name? Now I'm getting all the names mixed up. The girl that was there, Sammy, there we go. When she talks about it, it's just really weird the way she phrases when they left the car. Like it was just not, it didn't sound like they were parking.
But I don't even think that. I think based on Mags's own words that were in an article, plus Sammy's words, I am 100 proof positive convinced that they went from one party to another party. When they went to the second party, everybody piled in, or I'm going to meet my boyfriend. My boyfriend's at another party, Mags. My boyfriend's at another party. And then she decided, all right, let's all go. Well, they all went. They met Sammy at this party. Maybe Sammy was there. Mags said, according to Mags, she was only there for 10 minutes. Well, according to what she told the news, or wherever this piece came from that was in the news, that Kylie wouldn't have been able to drive because she wouldn't have been able to find her way out because she was that drunk. That's not an exact quote, but it's very similar. So if she was so drunk, it is physically impossible to get that drunk in 10 minutes. So she's saying that Kylie drove her. Well, Kylie wasn't that drunk if she drove you. So if you drove her, well, then she must have been plastered in 10 minutes, which is impossible. So that tells me that she did not drive. Then you have in Sammy, who added to the fact that Sammy had to show that she was driving in a passenger seat. Nobody would ever say that. You would not say that I was in the passenger seat. You would only do that if you drove, which tells me that Sammy is the one that drove to the party. Kylie called Sammy for a ride home or back to her car, and Sammy said, I left already.
Hey, that makes a lot of sense.
And
listen to this.
Hold on. And what they're hiding and covering up maybe could be murder, but more what I think it is, they're covering up the fact that Kylie didn't have her car and that they fucking stranded Kylie at this party with weirdos because they wanted to leave for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Where's her car at?
Or Sammy was supposed to be the designated driver. So Kylie got wasted, and then she's like, which is why she might have asked for the 15-minute extension on time, and then calls to be like, hey, you're gonna take me home, and Sammy wanted to still party.
But Mags wouldn't have known that in 10 minutes. That's why I believe that they all.
But Mags said that Kylie drove her there,
which is a lie.
Based on
Kylie, based on Mags's own words, that Kylie was too drunk to drive
home.
But Mags said she was only there 10 minutes.
Mags was only drive there for 10 minutes, but Sammy was there.
You can't get there. But Mags is the one that said it, that Kylie was too drunk to drive. She would have never known that in 10 minutes.
Unless
where did they
she
do the
spoke
car?
with
Do you have
Sammy,
any
and
idea?
Sammy told her.
Hey, Crisscross wants to ask a question. Go ahead, Crisscross.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's for Captain, and you said you kind of were speaking for Ryan as well, or you talked to him.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Nobody is.
Oh, well, but you said you spoke to him, right?
Yeah, I did, but I'm saying I'm not speaking for him on what he means by that, but I'm speaking on it for how I took it with conversations
So
I've had with him.
Okay, so I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
So I'm saying if, because I'm not saying anyone's guilty or anyone's innocent, but if you and whoever follows your same line of thinking are wrong, and it does happen to be an accident, her car's at the bottom of a lake, will you guys publicly apologize? Because death threats and other things that have happened to possibly innocent people, I don't think is okay to be throwing around names
Well,
for no
I'll
reason.
say
At the
this.
end of the
I'll
day.
say this. It's not for no reason. One, and for two, how do you
Well, you don't
solve
know
a
that.
situation?
You're
Hold on.
assuming.
How do you solve a situation though? Like if there is something going on, are we supposed to just kind of go around and be like, "Oh, you're innocent. I'm not going to say nothing ill or try to piece together anything." You have to try to piece together something.
Do here, like we analyze it. And
no, I get that because
we're
we
not
do the same
promoting the
thing.
death threats. We don't do it.
No, I don't want nobody to get death threats. My thing is I want this girl to be at least found alive, like somebody needs to answer for what has happened to her. If everybody sat back and took the view of, oh, I'm going to worry about what other people are perceiving of what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm on my phone researching things, on the computer researching things. I'm not going to nobody's house. I'm not making death threats to anybody. That ain't on me. I ain't apologizing to nobody. That's not on me.
And we're not like.
So at the end of the day,
I
if
don't
you accuse
give out any last
somebody,
I'll
for
admit
doing
that I'm
something
wrong. I'll admit that I'm wrong. I'll say I'm wrong for what I said. It was an accident and that's that. But I'm not going to apologize for putting anybody's name out there. Because one, the whole situation that's going on, there's a lot of sketchy stuff going on. So if he proves that all this sketchy stuff wasn't sketch, like if you can really honestly prove that Miro, if he comes out and says, look, I was just screwing around, whatever, I'm still not apologizing, but at least I'm going to say, look, this dude had nothing to do with it. I'm not going to apologize for assuming something. It's how you find something out.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that we all want the same thing to happen here, which is that Kylie is found safe and alive. You know, I think we all are after like that same happy ending, right? But you know, we can't control what other people do. If these people are getting death threats, that's not anyone's fault. Everyone here is trying to figure out what the heck is going on. We're speculating, we're looking at facts. It is true. There is something very strange about this whole Miro and Ronnie situation. And it could simply be that they are just screwing around because they want attention for whatever reason. You know, and possibly they have nothing to do with the case, or they are guilty of something. At the end of the day, no one here, at least I have not seen, and I've been following a lot of you guys, a lot of you creators, and you guys are all amazing. I've been following so many people, and I've never seen anyone promote for any of their followers or their subs to go to someone and threaten them or to show up to their house. Everyone is after the same.
I have a question. I have a question for everybody, though. It's kind of off of what you guys are talking about, but I feel this is important based off of what she said about the party and she never believes her car's there. Does everybody remember the boxing gloves?
Yeah.
That were brought up? So branching off, I can't see her name. She's in the middle. Branching off of what she says, what if the party was at Sammy's house? What if there was a party at Sammy's house and things got physical with the boxing gloves, whether it be an initiation, somebody fighting, somebody being fools, acting up, and they hit her and she fell down and hit her head and never woke up, and they panicked and said, look, we got to get rid of this chick and we got to go somewhere to have an alibi. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of different scenarios, and I'm not saying that anyone did any of these things. We can sit here and go back and forth all day long with what is a possibility. That's how you figure something out. Somebody says something and you go, oh my gosh, that's right. You realize things that way. If somebody's taking it as we're accusing these people of doing something, or we're trying to get them to get death threats, then they're not watching this for the right reason. That's not my fault. That's not anybody's fault that's in this panel. That's the individual that's watching it that made the choice to go make the death threat based off of what content creators put out when we're trying to.
But are we going to ignore that some people do state things as facts? Like facts.
So wait, hold on. So I should take my tone down because of what other people say as facts.
I didn't say your tone.
No. I mean, I should take down what I'm saying. I should censor what I'm saying because I have to be worried about what other people take as facts, and then possibly not. Well, no, that's all I'm saying.
No.
So then what do you?
As
I
long
know,
as
I
we're
really meant.
supposing and we're doing conjecture, like that's all fine. It's when we go to facts. Like this is a fact. This is I have proof. This is the guy. I have proof. This is the person that's behind it. That's when it starts to feed other people's delusions. We have a lot of people out there listening, and they're gonna go off of that. They're gonna say, "Oh, they said I really respect this person," and they're saying it's a fact. So I'm moving on that. And we're not responsible for that person, but we're responsible for saying something as fact.
I
Instead
agree.
of saying,
Yeah.
we're just, I like think tank. I like that concept. We're just a think tank. We're just conjecturing. We're just supposing. This is assumptions. But when somebody says it's a fact, like people should be responsible for the words that come out of their mouth.
I agree. I try to be careful on saying it's my opinion when it's my opinion. So
It's not so much you. There's just other people that have already perpetuated this to a violent degree. So
what do you guys think about people not wanting to come forward? The teens are saying
that they're. I think it's because, I think they might be hiding something. Maybe they do know something, or it could be just they're afraid, like it said in the article.
Afraid.
They're all going to college. They're afraid to get in trouble because there was a lot of illegal activities.
I think they
going
could be
on,
scared too if it's like a drug dealer that did something or whatever, that they're afraid that the drug dealer can come after them. If they hurt her, they can hurt them too.
tarnishing parents' lineage, all of that. Like there's so many levels to it where, like, this prominent family may not want to be embarrassed. These, it's politics, it's money, it's all of those things. And like, I'm just worried it's going to be like, what is her name? Lauren Spire? Is she the one that disappeared in Indiana? Where nobody will say anything. They never said anything. And it's been years and it's the way it'll be.
Oh, wow. I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, she went missing in Indiana probably because she got so wasted that she had a heart problem and she died. But she died while some dude had her, so they had to do something, and they'll never admit it. Never.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure
Somebody
that
had
happens
asked a question about, like, what did Meg say that made it sound like the car wasn't there? But
Yeah.
I don't know about Meg, but Sammy did say she was neither driven there or being driven from there or something like that. And that made it sound like she wasn't driving.
Sammy has been trying to say she is not driving. Not driving.
She accidentally says drive that time.
She was driving. She was driving Kylie's car. Or she was at least supposed to.
A lot of people say that Mags has something to do with it, but she's the only one that I've seen real emotion from this entire time.
For sure.
And she left after 10 minutes, maybe because she saw what they were doing and she didn't want to be a part of that.
She was just meeting her boyfriend.
And he was like, this shit's crazy. Let's go. Or it's a lame party. There's only 20 people here. There's supposed to be 300. Let's get out of here.
So Laura, you don't think the car was there, but so you think it's still at somebody's house, or do you think the kids went and got rid of her car somewhere? Or what do you think with the car? You got me curious.
In a garage at Sammy's parents' house. That's what I think.
Oh, okay.
I think there's no way that with the amount of people that were watching for that vehicle, like 1 or 2 days later, I don't think, where would you put a vehicle in California? I mean, I'm not saying I only have two theories. There's either somebody got it off to a chop shop or it's in a covered area. There's no way.
What about what Ryan said that you could like bury one real quick?
You could, but you're also talking about. You're talking
if they
about
were at a party before, they could have, like, say Sammy was driving it from a pre-party and crashed it somewhere else, and then they got a ride from somebody else and just kept it moving. And then that's why she needed to say that Kylie drove her there. And if Kylie was too drunk, she doesn't remember where she was. And even Ronnie's supposed cousins, even though we know they're not real or whatever, they said they saw her earlier in the day and that she was like drunk by 8 o'clock. So if she was already drunk at that time, she obviously didn't drive her car.
Well, that makes sense. And that makes sense on two parties, because she was probably at the first party at 8 o'clock when Ronnie seen her getting drunk, and the cousins were all there and Miro was all hanging out, and some shit went down, and then they went off to the next. Like, it makes sense, man. Like what they're saying, if you take it out of what they're saying and kind of piece it together, they're all kind of tech on each other.
And if you
Did you
put
guys?
yourself in this situation, like when you were younger, when you drank, what did
Yes.
you go home at? And Sammy supposedly threw this party together. Why did she leave at 11 or 11:30? There was an after
Facts.
party. She
Facts.
didn't go home. You don't
No.
put lines and go home at 11:30 at night. It just
Right.
doesn't happen.
No. Or even
Media
12:30.
actually said Mags was an organizer too.
But I think Mags, I don't know, like I said, I only saw real emotion from her. I think she got there, and like if she said there was older people there or people doing bong rips, whatever, and she was just like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm leaving. And she left, you know? Like she's the only one I've seen cry, the only one. And then she was on an interview, or not an interview. Another YouTuber was messaging her on Instagram, and she said flat out that, or no, Kate, I'm sorry, Kate said flat out that Mags and Kylie are really good friends, and that her and Sammy are not friends. That they were party friends. They partied together, but they were not good friends.
I could see
Which
that.
explains all their Instagram followers where Kylie
Yeah.
and Sammy weren't friends online, and that is a big deal. People say, "Oh, it's so quick for kids to unfriend and friend." No, that's like the biggest deal in the world.
Hey,
oh my God, why did you unfriend me?
Yeah,
exactly.
Was Sammy the one that said that there was a bunch of drugs there that they don't normally do at their parties?
Mags said that.
Mags.
So
And then
Mags,
Sammy
so
said
that's
she was
even worse.
underwhelmed or overwhelmed when she's normally underwhelmed.
But
That
hold
was
on real quick.
Sammy.
Hold on, I just realized something. If she said there was a bunch of drugs they don't normally do at their parties, but she was not smoking weed, then what kind of drugs do they do at their parties? So she just admitted that we had a whole bunch of drugs there that we don't normally do, and there was a guy trying to force me to do bong rips. Okay, so if you don't smoke weed, what kind of drugs are done at your party then? Because he was forcing you to do bong rips. You weren't willingly doing them, so those must not be the drugs that were at our parties normally. That's
now,
why
is Mags 16 or is she 18?
she's like 19, I think.
I don't
Mags,
know.
no, she might.
I don't know if she's
Because I
Kylie's
thought
age or
I was under the impression that Mags and Kylie went to school together,
That's what-
but
Yeah, but
I'm
she's
thinking she's
Kylie's
probably
16, graduated from high school 2 years early, so she's
Yeah.
16 years old.
Mags
Most
and
of these kids
Sammy.
are like 18, 19 years old.
but I think Mags went to the same school as Kylie like years prior.
Like
then,
elementary. Yeah, they've been
yes,
ba-
but
like
the
best
other ones were
friends
just party
forever.
friends.
So wonder
Yeah.
if Mags was graduating too. Did she graduate early too, or
I
if
don't
she's
know,
only
but the party
16?
was supposed to be anybody could come celebrate
Oh,
their
yeah.
favorite senior, so it doesn't matter what grade. But
Kylie was going to go to the car show. I think Sammy convinced her to go to that party because she needed to use her for something, a ride, her car, whatever it was.
And a
Oh.
And because she was supposed to go to the car show and changed her mind last minute. And I think Sammy convinced her to go there
And
for
Mags.
whatever reason. And then whatever happened.
Mags too.
A local person from that town was on a podcast and said that that party is so well known that people from all over the place know that they have that party there every year to honor the seniors. So how
But
can
then why are there no pictures? Where are the
How-
pictures? They had to have gone somewhere else.
But where are the pictures? Okay, so check me out. I'll tell you where your pictures are. You don't have any pictures because there was a bunch of kids there that weren't supposed to be there. So why would I post pictures to your page when I don't know you? So if I'm posting them to my page and nobody knows I was there, they have no way to find my pictures. You can't find pictures of 200 people at a party that don't know about these 5 juveniles. If there's
But
5
the picture that Ryan had, there was nobody even had a beer can in their hand. So
Because-
what was it, a drug fest?
they were
No.
all staring in the same direction.
Yeah,
were-
something happened. That was the moment that it was like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
When have you ever been at a party that everybody at the party was looking the same direction? Every single one of those people were looking away. Imagine that.
But they still didn't have drinks in their hands or
A dance
anything.
competition, a fight.
They could have been drinking. There could have been a little party going on there, but I don't think it had anything to do with the 5 people that showed up there. I think those 5 people showed up there to dump that phone and to make it look like she was at that party.
But
Amanda,
there's
you have a
multiple
question,
photos
Amanda?
of her being there and alive.
There was a back of her head with the blonde girl with the sweater on. It ain't hard to
No,
put.
the police ain't gonna release
Guys,
the
I just
images.
thought of something. Well, I don't know why I just thought of this. What if Kylie left with Max and a boyfriend? So it explains why there's no pictures of her. Because if Kylie went there with Max, she may have left with Max.
But law enforcement said they did have a picture of her there wearing the white hoodie.
Multiple.
They have her there earlier in the night.
No.
Not later at night. They have her there earlier at night.
Well, they said
Sammy,
around 10 she got there.
Yeah, Sammy's been spotted earlier in media.
Yes.
Then
Earlier.
Kylie showing up and then Kylie and Mag show up. Yeah.
I think something happened when if Kylie and Sammy were there together in her car charging the phone like she says, but I don't even know if the car was there. But if they were charging their phones somewhere together, they split up after that, and that's when something happened around 11:30.
See, I don't believe any of that story.
Made it real clear the cops are allowed to lie to people. They've been making that really clear. So if
they're letting these girls talk and hang themselves, what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's real easy for the cops to say, we got a picture of her in the white sweater. We know she was there. Tell us where she's at. That's real simple for a law enforcement. That's like the first lie they're going to tell you. We know you were there. We know we've seen you. Well, when they're looking for somebody, the first thing they're going to say is, we seen her. We know she was there. We got multiple pictures of her in her white sweater. We seen her. Look, bro, just be honest with us. Y'all need to come forward. What's going on? But
the thing is, too, they know that Sammy's family has a lawyer in it, right? If they're smart, they know
and
that.
A PI.
So they know that if they ask her to talk, she's going to lawyer up. So they're just going to let her keep talking and talking and talking.
She already
and hang
did.
herself.
Her mom already shut her up. She's done.
Yeah, but in the beginning, she was talking.
Because they know to keep talking so you don't look suspicious and you keep spinning them in circles. If she lawyered
And
up,
she was gathering info from these kids, like, hey, let me tell you, so I can adjust the narrative if necessary. Speculative.
Yeah.
You know
I've
what I'm
never
saying?
seen a person ever, a teen, like if my son's friend were to go missing, I could never imagine him jumping in front of it and being like, come to me with tips or anything like that. Like, you go look for your friend, but you don't try to impede that investigation. Like, that's crazy.
If anything, I wouldn't want to hear about it. I would be doing my own investigation.
Right? You'd be too upset to be trying to hear everybody's stories about her.
Yes.
Hey, let me just cut in for a minute. Thank you, Ryan Christie, for the super chat. Ronnie and Miro inserted themselves into the investigation, not you guys. Yes,
I agree.
Facts.
And Amanda's been wanting to ask a question for a while now. Go ahead, Amanda.
Okay, sorry. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never been on a panel before, so it's kind of new. But I just had a couple of points, and I know that I haven't seen all of the videos and got all the information. But when you guys are talking about her, the people not coming forward, basically, to say they saw her there, and my thoughts are it would kind of go along with some of the theories that you guys have that she was never there in the first place, because the people who have seen her there would include these people that we're suspicious of, Sammy, Megs, the cousins, quote unquote. These people saw her supposedly. And then, of course, there's, she was wasted 10 minutes after she got there. Well, maybe somebody drugged her. In 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure plenty of drugs can get you looking that way. But other than that, the possibility that she wasn't there in the first place, somebody just said something about they only went to toss a phone. And with Sammy being like partially in charge of throwing the thing, why would she not stay later? Somebody mentioned the drug thing. If there were drugs there that weren't common to have there, talking about weed and stuff. I know that Ronnie had brought up the cocaine thing. I don't know if that means that they wouldn't have had that there normally, but okay. Also, one thing that I've had a question about this entire time would be her ex-boyfriend and the girl that came to do the interview with him. And I can't remember her name. Like I said, I haven't looked. Okay. And also, didn't someone say that, and this was on 10 to Life. Ronnie followed Sammy. Sammy followed Ronnie. Ronnie followed Kylie, and she followed him back, but did not follow Sammy, and they didn't follow each other. Yeah. Was Ronnie an ex-boyfriend of
I think that was Jagger they were talking about, not Ronnie.
Jagger and Sammy, and then it was all weird.
Hey, I'm gonna go get something to eat and reset my brain. I'll be later on. If you guys are on, I'll jump in later on, but I gotta go get something to eat.
Yeah, come back, Kurt. Thank you. It was nice chatting with you.
You know something else?
Did you guys read that? Here's that thing you guys were talking about though with Kate. It says, did Kylie hang out with Sammy often then? Because she said they became really close in recent months. So confusing, right? She says, no, Sammy and Kylie never hung out.
Yeah, and if you see the full conversation, it does say later on in it that they did party at the same parties, but they didn't. They weren't friends.
That's why I said there's like this weird tension thing, and especially with Sammy inserting herself.
I saw somewhere else that the where the family campground, that quiet time was 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and it said no parties, no more than one vehicle. no loud music, no this, no that. So how could they keep having these parties there, or how could
Because
the
it
party be
wasn't
there?
at the technical campground. It's a
Oh, okay.
very vast area with side dirt roads.
So they didn't have
there,
to rent a campground for it.
correct.
Okay.
They did this like every weekend. Like it's every like all the adults in town were even like saying like, "Oh yeah, this is normal,"
I
which
said
is
the same
so
thing.
weird
I
to
have a
me.
16-year-old son, and I would never, and I'm not saying my son's an angel because he's not, but there's no way I'm sending him to a party or dropping him off at a party where I know there's
Hell
drugs,
no.
alcohol, and fights.
Yeah.
No
But
way.
that might also be why we don't have pictures and video. Like the police say they have a video of, and I think that they're saying that just to, get Sammy and whoever else to continue to talk and basically hang themselves with their words. But the private accounts would make sense to share with each other that they would all know, but would not come forward to let their parents know that they were participating in some type of thing. So if she was there, it makes sense to me that whatever is being shared, whatever pictures and photos and videos, wouldn't be something the public could just go in and access. And they probably wouldn't want to share just as far, like, I mean, I can remember at that age, I would never step forward, and send in pictures and video just in case somebody was in them because I would be immature at that age.
Could
I
you
get that,
imagine
but like
if
my
you
son
have
and his friends, when they go out, like they'll go bowling or something, they all take pictures together, selfies before they go. The girls take 30 pictures of themselves and each other together before they go. There's got to be something somewhere,
Yeah,
okay,
maybe
even
but
the
then
then they
before
husband
they go or
smart
in the
enough,
car.
but then they find
for
out
a
somebody
private
died
account.
and they don't know how or is missing. You delete all of that if you're a teenager. It's like, oh
Mhm.
hell no. That's
I'd be
how that
going through
Or
my
went.
son's
again,
phone
on
in
a
the
private
deleted
account.
stuff.
It could even be like a private page on whatever social media that they choose where only the people who went to the party are able to access. I don't know because I didn't
They
party like that.
erased it. They erased it quickly.
Maybe.
But I looked up Truckee, California on like TikTok, right? Like just general, look the hashtags or whatever. And there was a couple things I found nothing to do with this party, but like people going to after parties where there were bands and like other parties of people playing beer
Yeah,
pong
there's
and this and that.
like a
So
rave type of thing
yeah, so
to
if
it.
those people are posting that, why wouldn't these kids post?
Do you
You know what I
remember
mean?
Because
that
somebody
video?
went missing from the party.
No, but I'm
Do you
saying
remember the
before
video?
then, like before that.
They could have. You don't know what they deleted in the
Well,
last
there
few
was
weeks.
that
Oh,
one
look at
where
that.
Sammy was like in charge, leading, the whole thing. There was one where she was saying, "Parents, drive down the road. Don't be anywhere
Yep.
near us. Just the
Yep.
kids, just kids." I mean, that could have been an opportunity for her to get the group of kids together and be like, "Hey, guys, delete it. We're deleting the page. Delete it off your phone. This could be trouble." That kind of thing. I mean, that was weird to me that she would tell the parents to go away. If the kids showed up there, they probably went to the party. Why would you need the parents to go away?
But don't you think there'd be one person that doesn't like Sammy that comes forward and say she's
You
telling
would
us to do this,
think.
this, and that?
There
You
were
would think.
7 or 8 people that were actually information takers uh, in those things, and it was just because teens may be more apt to speak to another teen about what happened if they're afraid of an officer in uniform. So
I
Here, let me
that
read
was
the
the point
rest
of
of this.
that.
how much.
But the
This
police even said, like, dude, like social media is deceptive. Like, there's more. They were monitoring all of that.
And
You
if those
just don't
girls or
know
the
about
other
I
it.
wonder how much
teenagers, if
her
they thought
parents. I
it
wonder
was
how
a
much pull
random
they
person
have as
coming through that
PIs.
kidnapped her, they would be talking because they would be afraid it would happen to them. So they know that it was something happened that with local town. You know what I mean? Because if they thought it was a drifter that came through and kidnapped her, they'd be afraid that they would come back and take them. So they'd want to get it solved. But they
Or
know it
they just
happened within
didn't
their
I don't know
friend
if
see
it
group.
what
was local.
happened
There
because
could be
they were
threats.
partying.
I mean, with her parents being PIs, mom and attorney. I wonder how close and tight they are with the police there, and I wonder how they might be able to shut some kids up. If it's local, I would think that there would be more pull to keep people quiet, especially if you've got some people in town with a lot of clout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
there
what
was
I was
Saying that
saying.
they're
talk of a
It's
parent trying to tell kids not to talk at one point.
politics, money, all of it. Yes, all of it.
What I don't understand is how is Sammy collecting so much information? They were even on the TV saying that it was helpful, but the police are saying no one's talking. So I'm like, wait, how can those two things be true?
What
And
about
on
the
their
sister
Facebook
telling
page, it
people
said
to?
they had more than 1,100, whatever it's called. I can't even think of it. Like, people came
Tips.
forward or whatever. Tips.
Tips.
Yeah. So how do they have 1,100 tips and not know a damn thing?
And then they're bitching about our duplicate tips. Like, why would you ever tell people to stop reporting? If they're going to think it's a duplicate tip, then they're not going to say something, and it could be important. It's just ridiculous to me.
What about
Did anyone
Jagger
ever
saying
hear
something like,
about
"Don't go to the
that
top"?
ring camera footage of a CRV with like a girl jumping out the door with her shirt
Dude,
off and then
I
getting back
can
in?
after Gaviscon
Heard
came
about
on
that.
and said that, I cannot find that
Me
Tiffany. I
neither.
can't
I've
find
been
the post where
looking.
they said that it was not related. I can't
It
find
was
it.
like
So
1 a.m. that night, and I have not been able to find a damn thing since then.
I
It was a blonde
know
girl with her shirt off.
me neither.
And
That
then
is
Yeah.
so bizarre, though.
Elsa is the one that supposedly says that they saw her at 1, even though a lot of the time frames now are not being acknowledged in Sammy's timeline, which I
Well,
think is
Sammy says she was the last one
telling.
to see her, but she left. So how do you know if she was still at a party? There were people that still were seeing her.
She is controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
Sammy was supposed to drive Kylie home, and she ditched her, and she kept partying, and she left her wasted with no way home. That was it.
I don't think that she would want to cover herself for that, though. I mean, dumb decision, but this is like way more serious than that. It seems to me like she's got to cover something way more serious for her to control
Yeah,
the
because
narrative that
Kylie
she
could have
is.
called her mom for a ride home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
And she's got to come up with a reason that Kylie would have called her at that point in time after she left, even though supposedly
And
she
she would have had
just
to come up with a reason that Kylie's car wasn't there.
Yeah. But that I don't think that she's done a good job of that. I don't think she's even tried to cover that. But she had to cover the point that the records show she called Sammy. But unfortunately, she already said, well, she told Sammy right before she left she got a ride. So can you explain why she called?
The police have not confirmed that she called Sammy. Only
Oh,
Sammy
okay.
said that. The police have not confirmed
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, because they said her phone, the last ping was 12:33, but Sammy keeps saying she called her at 12:36.
Makes no
Right.
sense.
They're
That's a
stopping.
huge
They're
thing right there.
stopping, like holding the timeline to Sammy's narrative, which is telling.
Yes.
Like a lot of those details are
Yes.
now not official.
And
See, I think they let her talk all in the beginning because now they have her on interviews saying this, this, and that. And when they do question her, they can say, okay, well, this is contradictory. This, you contradicted yourself here, because they know she's going to lawyer up. So they're letting her
she's
just spew her
born-
nonsense.
Hold on.
She's
let me
born
also
lawyered up.
say that there are, like, someone in chat had said, check out All American Dream Chasers video or a picture that he put up. Here's the problem. Same thing with Gaviscon saying, well, here's this. I could go on Google and find any bonfire picture and take it and say this is from the party. Or I could find some girl on an SUV jumping off saying this is her.
That is a good point.
It's ridiculous.
It
Like,
is. It's
there's
really
no
easy to do.
clue. Unless I see Sammy, Mags, Jagger, or somebody or Kylie in a picture, it could be from anywhere. So
It didn't happen.
don't put any merit into something unless you see them, because then we'll know it's that party. But all these pictures that are popping up, we don't know any of these people. It could be anybody from any bonfire.
There was
I
such
think
a
they need to
massive
look
drought.
into a pre-party and an after party because there was definitely something before and after.
Yeah, I think that's why
Because
they had
Sammy
to
didn't
leave
set
at
up that whole party to
12:30.
leave after an hour.
Creme brulee. That was our.
Yeah, the
that was
creme
our
brulee.
pre-party.
Is that where the phone pinged officially, or
No, that was her and that I forgot what was her name, Kate, when she was like,
Oh
we
no,
hung
no,
out
no, no, no! I was
earlier. We
looking
made
at the
creme
picture.
brulee.
I don't
Yeah,
know
which
that
is
one.
supposed to be a weed term, maybe. I
Oh,
didn't
is
even
it?
look it up yet.
Like
Actually,
that's
I could've-
fancy.
And let me also say, I did some research last night on like where to hide bodies and stuff. Lake Tahoe is pretty interesting.
It's really deep.
Yeah, Lake Tahoe, they believe that there's over 200 people still in Lake Tahoe with cement blocks on them. Yeah, I did this whole thing at like 3 in the morning.
Oh my god.
Bodies in cars and waters. I mean, it just gets murky.
But they believe, the people of California, I guess Tahoe, whatever, believe that all the Chinese immigrants were given cement. And this is all like National Geographic stuff, that Chinese immigrants from anywhere between the 20s and 60s or whatever, they tied cement blocks around and threw them in Lake Tahoe, and they sunk to the bottom, and they believe there's over 200 bodies still there.
I know Mafia did that, but then I know that below, even then, sometimes it was just so strong that it still brought up the cement blocks. But I believe it though. There's a lot of ways to get rid of bodies, and cars can go right into the silt in the sand, and it could be just gone.
Hope nobody checks your computer history or gets a warrant on you.
Well, they have her. Apparently, they have her iPad now. Kylie.
Whose iPad? Oh, where was it?
At like her mom's house. She didn't have it in the car or nothing. So I think that they're trying to use that, which is where I also heard that her phone, like they used the like Find My iPhone thing, and apparently, even though her phone was like cell tower untraceable at a certain time, it still showed the phone is powered on for a while until it was officially dead, which kind of leads me more towards the water thing, because what would obstruct the cellular tower, and then like her phone just dies out.
But here's the thing, too.
I have something to say about that too.
Her Life 360 was manually turned off, according to the mom, at midnight. So she was killed between midnight and 12:30. I learned this last night. And
You mean her Find Her iPhone?
Not Find Your iPhone, Life 360. Her mom said that they had Drive Life 360 on her cell phone. She said it on an interview.
Yeah, I have that with my kids.
And so do I. And it was manually turned off at midnight.
Because the water
12:30.
The water voided like the SIM card. It was just it was untraceable at that point, but it was still technically powered on.
Yes,
you know,
that was
iPhone.
Fact. I'm saying that her Life 360 was manually turned off at 12.
And people don't normally probably do that, right? I mean, that's odd, right?
Exactly, which tells me that she was killed at 12 o'clock.
Oh.
Wow.
Now, if she was going to drive home, right, like it was windy roads and all this, she would have had to plug in her GPS, I would think. She hasn't been driving that long, right? Like, if her phone was dead, and most kids get in the car, plug their phone in. So if she would have had to drive home, she would have plugged in her phone to use the GPS because it's dark, she's been drinking, whatever. So her phone would have been on. Like, there's no way she would have drove home with a dead phone. That's why that theory is just like out.
Her phone would still ping if turned off as well. So what I was thinking is it kind of is work. It would have, her phone was 11 or 11 Pro or greater, so it would have iOS 15 because we're about to upgrade to iOS 16. So her phone would have pinged, and the reason that like Life 360 could have turned off and it became undetectable was because, you know, towers or whatever were obstructed by water. Like
Not
if the phone,
at 12 though. They say it was manually turned off. Her last.
So if they killed her at 12 or whatever happened at 12, then they went there at 12:30 and threw the phone in the water.
Her phone, exactly.
I
Which
had
is what I
Life
said in the
360
beginning.
before.
Which makes sense if they were partying somewhere else.
Yep.
Or that something happened there and then they left.
You have to have your phone unlocked to manually turn it off, unless there's something I've missed. But I used to have Life 360, and
I don't think the kids get to just turn it off, right?
You can turn off cellular data for any app, so they can't go into Life 360 necessarily and turn it off unless they have those rights. I don't know. I know that it depends on the rights the parent account gives, but you can go into settings and turn off the cellular data for any app, which would stop it from, if she's not got Wi-Fi, it would stop it from being able to track her.
No, iOS 15. iOS
that
15
stuff,
still pings.
But that doesn't mean she updated. I've had an update on mine for a while. I still haven't updated it.
I know mine. I had it like trying to update for like I swear weeks. Yeah. So, but couldn't a friend have known that information though? What's that?
It's possible. I'm sure it's possible, or they could have like gotten it while she had it unlocked. I don't know.
I just wonder if they're saying manually turned off, if that was just, it was untraceable.
Well, that would have meant her Life 360 is untraceable.
Right. If they're running a different system, like if Life 360, say, runs off of the towers and not, say, Sky GPS satellites, it could be the reason that it was undetected because the phone stayed on, because iPhones of that generation are waterproof to a point, and then they finally just get inundated. So I'm wondering if the timeline could be thrown off by the fact that a phone was thrown in water and that it took a while to like completely die out.
No, because they would
What
be
about
able to know
airplane
if
mode?
it was manually turned off or if it was the ping that was out or if the
Yeah, I
phone
just
was
went
out.
to look at my Life 360X and got out of here, but I would have to manually click 2 different buttons to turn off my Life 360.
But
Yeah.
are you the account owner?
Yes.
Okay, so could your child turn it off?
Let me go get his phone.
She could turn it off on her phone, yes.
Yes,
Yeah, let me check
the
his phone real
adult,
quick. I'll have him do it.
not the
No.
child.
No. The child can turn it off on her own.
That would defeat the point of the app, wouldn't it?
Well, most kids don't turn it off.
But she still had her iPad signed into her account that could do that. Still did the trace my
That's
iPhone.
from Life 360. Life 360 isn't done by Apple. Life 360 is something separate.
Right, and Apple has a more sophisticated way of determining the phone was still on, but not being able to pick up its exact coordinates because the water, if in water or maybe dirt or whatever, was obstructing the
Yes,
signal.
but that has nothing to do with Life 360. Life 360.
How does Life 360 track?
It's a completely separate app. It's like OnStar.
Okay, so I went on my son's Life 360. He can turn his location off without me doing it, and I'm the account holder.
Correct.
Well, that's a useless app.
So she could have easily turned hers off, or someone could have done it for her. All you have to do is click 2 different
Done
buttons.
it for her.
And I didn't need the password on my phone to do it.
There's no reason for her to do it, but definitely for someone else to do it.
Exactly.
Someone was turning off her location.
How would they know that she had Life 360?
The app is a really obvious app.
It says Life 360.
If they could unlock her phone.
But a lot of kids have the fingerprint. You can, no matter if she's there or not, you can do the finger or
It's
the
facial
face.
recognition with open eyes.
Not mine's a pin. And I have a 13 Pro Max. I don't use
Well, I mean, that's by choice, I guess. But I would assume that, I just go by what my daughter does. Like, they all do the facial thing because, we don't have fingerprint on the newer iPhone because there's no home button.
If they have Kylie and they did something, they could use her finger easily.
Yeah, but your face doesn't always work, and then you put in a pin.
Right, then you could put a pin. Yeah, there's no fingerprint because there's no home button on a newer iPhone.
But what iPhone did she have?
At 11 Plus, she even had an 11 Pro or greater because it had 3 cameras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know my son, he has an 11 and he uses the fingers.
Yeah, like I've
done it while he was sleeping. It says eyes open, but I've done it while he was sleeping because my phone was dead and I couldn't find it. So I tried to look and see where it was with the Life 360 and I could go into his phone just by, aiming it at his face.
Well, they changed it. It was like some setting where you could change it to be where you had to be conscious because people would do that. They would just hold phones over people.
But a teenager, I don't think, would think of changing it to that setting. You know what I mean?
Depends on how shady they're or protective they're being.
But she seemed like she trusted her friends. Otherwise, I don't think she would have went to that party with.
I agree.
Yeah, Katie, her mom had her mom said it on the interview with what's her name? With News Nation. I got a question though, zavgirl. What was that thing you showed that someone said, look at the sticker, look at because it said call if it's lost or something.
Oh wait. The sticker on the phone or what?
No, not the sticker. You showed Sammy's shirt.
Oh, the shirt. Yeah, it's the creator. And it's just weird because Kylie, that hoodie that she was in the video that the cops supposedly have was a Tyler Creator hoodie. So they just thought it was weird because she was in that shirt as Tyler, the creator. It's the same merch, the same guy. So
I was wondering who that guy was on Sammy's shirt. That was so weird to me.
Yeah.
And then her and Mags having those matching amethyst necklaces.
Yeah.
Really,
You're talking about this, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's other versions, but yeah, there's a center thing where there's a picture of the guy, which you had brought up.
Yeah, it shows. And they're just saying because that what does it say again on the one Kylie's hoodie that she was wearing? I forget. The
Odd Future.
Or Odd Future. Yeah, that's Tyler the Creator too. So and then the album is called. Wait, I didn't even catch that last part. What did it say? The album is called
Lost. But I mean, as someone who has 2 17-year-olds and one who's extremely social, all her friends wear the same stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But
That's
she
why.
wore that Find Kylie on it. That was, I think it's just kind of a weird coincidence because it was the one she wrote that on there, and then she's
I
wearing.
think it may just be the only plain white shirt she had.
Probably.
I mean, that's what I thought immediately, that was the only plain white shirt she had.
Yeah. I was just like, well, what is that? Like, does her parents have a weird PI shirt for somebody? Like, I just didn't know who that was.
No, that's, yeah, definitely. Okay, so here's where you see the camera, huh?
Yeah, because it looks like
Okay.
it looks like it's got 3 lenses. I could
And
be
that's
wrong.
how 11 and up has the 3 you said, or 10 and up?
No, not 10. 10 does not. And I
Okay.
think it has to be a pro if you start at 11 to have 3 cameras, because I think even 12 has to be
3
pro.
cameras? I think that was 2.
My son has the 11. I'm gonna look at
That
it
was
now.
a large opening, though. I think the cases. For
Yeah,
the ones
because
with
I
three
have a
lenses,
pro and my
lenses are large.
flashlight's right there, and there would be a wide angle lens and then 2 up and down lenses. So it would
I think she
be
just has the wrong case. I think she has a newer iPhone, and she has an older iPhone because I
no,
don't
because
see
the
3
cameras
lenses
are
in
only
there.
in line. It's a square. The way they have it, it actually sticks out from the iPhone, the square. But they didn't start making that camera design until 11.
My son has the 11, and it looks just like that.
Okay.
Which is a
My
2 or
12 looks
2
like
or
that.
3 cameras.
Yeah, but I don't see like
There was a different picture when it was laying on the ground that it appeared to have another lens because of where the flash was, but I could be wrong. But this photo you can't really tell.
Yeah, so it's at least the 11 or above, though. It's the 11
Yeah,
or above.
it's 11 above for sure.
I have the 13. That's what it looks like.
Right, it is. Right, there's 3 lenses.
I
But
can't see the third lens, but that case is 4.
It's a wide angle lens. It's the one that's like, if she holds her phone up, I can't hold mine up because I'm on it, but it's like 1, 2, there's circles, 1, 2, and then another one right here is a third. But not in this photo, like maybe the one where she's sitting and it's on the ground by her white shoes.
Sorry, I'm just checking emails real quick. People had me check some stuff. 1 second.
Someone said it's a 12.
Okay, that would make sense because I mean it looks a lot like mine. So I don't have a 12 Pro, so
It looks smaller than a 12 Pro. I've got a 12 Pro Max, and I'm just comparing
Same.
the way I hold it in my hand, and it looks a little bit smaller, but it might just be a 12.
yeah. Well, I think they had 12 Pros that were not Maxes, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Oh, here's what they're showing a 12. It's that wasn't a 12. You're saying that was a 12?
That's what Pat just said.
The extra
12.
the extra lens is usually like a Pro model.
But okay, so you're saying this does have an extra lens, you think?
The other
It looks more like the picture that you just showed in the right.
Well, the
yeah,
placement of those 2 lenses further down, as like the placement shows that it would have to be a third one up top, because the others on the phones that only have 2 lenses, the 2 lenses are further up on the phone.
Oh.
Well, they had a couple of models.
Okay.
Did they have 2 lenses for 10 and 11? They did for XS, which is technically a weird 11, but I think it has to be newer than that to have the whole square. It has to be 11 or greater.
Hey, Kato, that link that you sent me for that video, who is that? Because I don't want to just play somebody else's video on their channel. Do you know that person? Is that you that filmed it? I mean, I guess I could. Let me know in the comments, and maybe I could play it. Okay, so let's look through here. But go ahead, guys. You guys can continue. I'm just gonna bring up some of these pictures. So, did you figure it out what it was? You think it's
That's
definitely
what my son's is, and it's the 11.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys
okay.
can see that.
Okay. Oh, you're showing. I didn't even know you had it. Okay. Oh, yeah.
That's the 11.
looks
So it's very
similar.
similar.
Okay.
So she's got the 11 or above for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Ashley, yay. What's up, girl?
Hey, how are you? Not too much. I'm just been chilling, taking care of my son today. That's about it.
Okay.
How have you guys been?
But good. Just trying to figure this all out. So, what have you been keeping up with everything? What do you?
Yeah, for the most part. There's some things that I've missed though in the past couple days, but this right here I've actually missed. I haven't seen any of this part, so I'm actually really intrigued by this.
About what part?
Like the pictures right here. I haven't seen this part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Jagger is becoming more vocal online.
I know. I was gonna say
It kind of
saw that.
breaks my heart.
I
Yeah.
like Jagger. I don't think he has anything to do with it. I don't think for
I
a
don't either
second he
now
does.
either. I think he was
No.
just trying to figure it out. Like, I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
if it was my significant other, like I was close with or whatever, I'd probably be the same way. Like, I'd probably be like, I'm gonna find her or him. Like, I'm gonna find this person. Like,
And
I don't
believe they're
know. That's just
okay
me.
in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
as the days pass, it would kind of, 'cause at first everybody's hopeful. Like you hear everybody, I have hope they're still alive. I have
Oh,
hope
you're
they're
cutting
alive.
out.
Oh, I am. I'm so sorry.
No,
Is
you
it
don't.
is it
It's
better
not
now?
your fault. It might even be mine. My internet's been crazy. Now, okay, talk.
But okay, yeah, what I was saying was if that was like my significant other, I would be the same way. I mean, at first everybody's kind of hopeful when someone's missing. They're like really hopeful. They hope that they're alive. They hope that they're doing okay or whatever. And they hope that they're not hurting or whatever, just like kind of like Sammy said, but I mean, she said it a little bit more she said it differently than Jagger did, He was like, I just have hope that she's alive and that we're gonna find her, pretty much.
Yeah, I
And
think Jagger's just
his was
hurting.
weird. I did too. You can kind of see it on him. I don't know.
And like
It's
you
just
got to think too, he's a young kid. He doesn't know how to talk to cameras or in a situation like this. But
right.
he's not trying to over insert himself like other people.
Yeah, for sure. And I think like once he said that about the tips and everything, and then I think maybe somebody probably got onto him like, hey, you probably shouldn't do that. But I think he just wanted to find her.
The police did. They
Yeah,
kind of
that's what I was
slapped his
thinking.
wrist. They were like, no.
You can't do that type thing.
But
Like
he's
that's
at
kind
least
of
sharing like Ryan Upchurch's car post and stuff like that. The other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
yeah,
He's
that's
starting to
true.
get
Very
mad.
true. Hell, I'm mad.
Why?
Well, yeah, for sure.
I just want to know what happened to her. I mean, it just seems like it's such a deeper thing than what we even really realize right now.
Maybe not.
Maybe it could be something kind of like, something simple that happened to her. Not like simple as in, easy or anything, but simple as in like different than what we are thinking,
I still think she could be in the water. I think there's still a chance that she drove into the water.
My whole thing is if she's still in the water, they've been doing the search for 2
that's
weeks
true.
now.
I don't think law
I don't
enforcement
think
acting
she's
like
in that
it's
water.
not. You're right.
Not
That
the
water
water
was kind of
either.
far away from their camp where they were, and it was so shallow right at the sides there.
But there's
like
three.
somebody would have
There's
screamed and
four.
stopped or something.
But you don't think there's a possibility of like the other reservoirs?
Were they in the exact proximity of her driving home? The only
don't
one that
know.
I know of
I think if she's in the water, somebody staged it. I don't think she drove straight into the water.
I don't
and
either.
Nobody saw her.
Yeah, because it's
well, I
so
think that there would be
receded.
tracks.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like she could have overdosed, and a bunch of people, a couple kids pushed the car in to make it look like that because they didn't want to get in trouble.
Yes, right. Without their DNA being in the car, and then on the outside, the water would take off the DNA. So,
But guys,
And nobody would question it if they saw her in the water. They're not going to be like, "Oh, let's do a drug test." Like they're going to say, "Oh, she was drunk and drove in the water."
But the more people that are involved, the less likely it would be hidden this long. There's not a lot of people that know. You're only talking 1 or 2 people because the second you add in 4 or 5 people, someone's going to talk. So whoever did this or whatever happened to her, all these people don't know.
yeah. I think someone knows. I just think they're too afraid to say anything.
Or they know other things that they lied about, like maybe Sammy lying about them not drinking earlier, or Sammy driving the car, or something like that. She's lying about something. It may not be, she may not know what happened, but she's lying about something.
Yeah, why are Sammy's parents so quiet?
Well,
Why are they letting her
do we
speak so
expect
loud?
them to?
But her dad's a PI. If that was her daughter's best friend, or her mom is one of them, if that's their daughter's best friend, why wouldn't they be looking for her or using their skills that they have to try to find her?
But do we know that they're not though? Maybe they are. Are we
They
sure that
could
they're
be.
not?
Yeah, that's true.
Has anybody seen them?
No. Has anybody?
No, but I also am not convinced that PI who's 75 years old is her father.
Maybe her grandfather.
Oh, I didn't even see was there a picture? I didn't even see. Okay.
Oh, I didn't see a picture either.
I looked it up. The PI that somebody said that this is her mom, this is her dad. There's a Sammy who is her on this woman's Facebook who's 62, and her husband is 75. Her husband owns a defunct PI or whatever, Sierra Investigations, but it's there's no info on it. And I have a hard time believing that Sammy's dad is 75. I could be wrong, but I have a hard time.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, he
27
would have had to
and
been
my dad's
55 when he had
61, so
Yeah, biologically.
it could happen. I mean, I'm just saying that could happen.
Well, how old
I
is the
just have
mom
a
though?
feeling
More likely to be her grandfather, though, if it's the same
Yes,
name.
yes. See,
Oh
see,
yeah.
I'm 27 and my father's 61 and my mom's she just turned 50, so they have an age gap. But I don't know.
I mean, there are people whose parents are that much
75.
older, especially if the mom's got a good bit younger.
Who was
That's
that
true.
picture? Who was that picture that you just showed? 2 pictures ago.
Oh
That Sammy was being hugged by older people.
no, that's somebody. I don't know why this is mixed in. It says
That's not
Deidre.
Sammy.
I don't
Yeah,
know
that
Deidre, whoever Deidre is. If anyone oh wait, please reach out. Yeah, I don't know. She must have was missing and now she's found, I guess. I'm not sure. I never even heard. But that's good. Sounds like she's found. Deidre.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not Sammy.
No, not Sammy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at this. It says, I did die of happiness. What? Oh. And then
I say that too, though.
Kylie Rodney, good. Jagger is cute. ASF. Oh,
That was something he gave her. He gave her some kind of flowers, and that's why that Truckee Snapshots, who's a friend of theirs, was saying, oh, if someone gave that to me, I would die of happiness. So Kylie's like, I did die of happiness because she was so happy.
That's just so eerie right now, you know?
Yeah.
I know it is. The wording. It definitely is.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim.
It's cute, but worry. Like, it's just eerie.
Well, if this wouldn't have happened, it wouldn't, we wouldn't even.
Right. It would just be like anybody else. But
hi, Tim. How are you? Thanks for joining.
I'm good. How are you, ladies and gentlemen, doing today?
We are good. I'm good.
Pretty good.
I've just been listening and, throughout the whole, I guess it's been 2 weeks. Wow. When everybody's describing this, and I was speaking with someone in the chat, and I was, the whole time I kept picturing, when I was 16, there used to be a place in Ohio called Nelson's Ledges Quarry. I don't know.
I love Nelson's. That's my place, dude.
Okay, so I grew up 45 minutes from there, so we used to go there on a Tuesday. We would go there during the week. We would go there, definitely for festivals or to camp on the weekends. I mean, that was our way to get away.
I used to go in the week too, and for festivals, of course. I miss it so much. I need to make a trip out there. But go ahead.
I've been meaning to want to do it too, But as you hear it, the older you get, the crowder gets younger, and things change. So I was just thinking, though, if you've been there, so then you could picture it in your head. Yeah, there could have been 300 people in the park, but each campsite was its own party.
Right.
So she could have easily strolled, to another camp spot, and if you get lost in the woods and in the dark, it's easy to lose your people. I'm just throwing that up there. I know, the facts don't really, but just trying to explain how many parties there are and just the amount of drugs and different people and ages. I mean, it makes sense that a campground would have that, because we have that here in Ohio.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it seems to be really normalized. So, I mean, yeah, it's very well, they said that there were kind of groups or whatever, but they
I've
kind
seen
of
that.
commingled.
Wait,
Like there were
real
older
quick, what
people in
part
a
of
group
Ohio
and
are you
younger people in a
from?
group.
Me and Ashley both are from Ohio.
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Lakewood, actually.
My sister used to live in Lakewood. Okay, yeah, I'm living in Canton.
Okay, I went to Akron University, so I actually graduated from Medina. So, my best friend live in Canton and all. So I'm familiar with that area. I'm in Columbus.
My mom was born
Ohio.
in Medina.
You're in Columbus. My brother's
Isn't
in
Canton where the
Really?
Football Hall of Fame is or something?
Canton.
Yeah, that's where Canton is.
My
But
son's been begging me to go there, so we're going this next summer.
Where
somebody
are you at now?
I'm in Jersey.
Columbus. Oh, sorry, I didn't know who you were talking about.
It's okay.
It gets confusing sometimes on panel.
Yeah, someone's mom was born in Medina.
Yeah, that was my mom. Actually, yeah, she was born in Medina.
Wow, the synchronicity is crazy. That's
Right, and there's so many people in chat saying that they're from Ohio too, which we usually do have a lot of Ohio people here, but there's a lot right now. That's cool.
So then that's cool. Then a lot of people can probably vibe that what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sit here and act like I've been following it. I get what's going on. There's a lot of times I would like to interject, but I just wanted to paint that picture of of the possibility of, adults and younger people. And then, the Ronnie guy saying, when I went 10 years ago and explained how it was, like, I could easily explain how it was 10 years ago, and
Yeah, and that's why he kind of had people were like, that's such a first person narrative, but it's like, because it's the
True.
same. It's the same
Yeah.
it was I mean, this is notorious.
yes,
Right.
people accept that. Like, people accept that behavior. Like it's not like it would be weird for one campsite to be partying real hard. Every campsite was. So it wasn't, and
And people
wouldn't
go and crash parties back and forth all the time. That could even be why we were seeing older people in some of the pictures, and like they just
absolutely.
kind of
I was one of
conjoined
those.
over a little bit.
Yes, I was one of those people. I mean, I used to love to go say
Yeah.
hi to people and go campsite to campsite. And, I mean, and when you're 16, and a girl, that's a whole different thing. Like, I can't even begin to think what, because I was being a guy, it's different, and in a
Right.
way, I couldn't imagine, what I know now being a girl and, all that stuff. So
It's
I can
scary
just
sometimes.
picture the possibilities there. So I don't know what California, but I mean, I can't imagine it being much different.
No, I've lived in other states too, and it's kind of the same. I've been to a lot of like hippie festivals, and that's literally exactly how they work. Like, it's like groups of people, just like an age range, everything. Some people will be drinking, some people will be smoking, Like, it's just that's what
Absolutely.
I've experienced.
And shrooms
Yeah.
are legal in California, correct?
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And so for her to, and for, what was it? I think it was Sammy that was talking about how it was, I can't remember who it was, that it was so rare for them to not see, even marijuana, which in California, like, I can't see many high school kids acting
Yeah.
like they haven't seen marijuana or mushrooms before.
Yeah, that's what weirded me
That's
out so heavy
crazy.
about Mags, because she was saying that there were like 5 guys walking up on her, like pressuring her to take bong hits. And it's like, I'm like, I mean, I've heard Ryan Upchurch say the same thing, but I've never, and I've smoked a lot of years. Like, I've smoked since I was 17 and I'm 27 now. So, but I've never in my life met anyone who would try to force weed on you, ever.
Yeah,
Not that
I mean,
I'm sure there's not people out there, because there's weirdos everywhere, but like, I have never met one of them. So I don't know. It just kind of
and
weirded
it's
me out. And the
so
way she talks
unique.
about it, like it's like awful. You know what I mean?
The
Without her
weed
boyfriend
replaced
there.
something.
Well, wait, hold on. Let me just thank Nini's Heart. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, that's a good point, though. Has anyone thought about the amount of cars that would be there if there was 200 or 300 people? I don't believe those girls would have been going back and forth to charge their phones that easily, right? So
I
Well,
mean,
the cars get
because
so spread out. I mean, it doesn't even look like there's that many cars when you're spread out through the woods,
and people could have traveled together as well.
And also when it gets later at night, people start partying during the day. Once it gets night, you will notice a barrage of cars coming in. Like, oh wow, here comes a whole group of cars. Like, you will notice that. Like, people will notice a group leaving. It's when the show's over, let's say at 11, at 1 in the morning or 12 or whatever time, you're gonna notice a bunch of cars leaving. Like, you're in the middle of nowhere. You're gonna see a bunch of cars coming and going. So whether there's 300 people or 20, you're still gonna notice a barrage of cars.
That's what made me go down the rabbit hole that her car wasn't there and that they didn't drive.
That's why I'm on the fence, because there's so many plausible scenarios that I mean, there's a lot of good scenarios that could happen. And, I would like to know what the area was like a little more, like what the people were like and all that, for me to be able to give you my real, opinion, because I just don't know. But from out here, somebody could easily have gone missing. The car could have not been there. There's lots of places that they could have done it in that area. So, but the point that really, is the phones and like the pictures, and there's no proof. Like that part is the part that there's no 300 people that will stick together. So it would had to have been either separate parties or it's just not a party at all, and it was just a lie.
I agree, because
Yeah.
somebody resents somebody. Somebody has beef with somebody. Something.
Absolutely. I mean, you have that with 20 people, let alone 300.
Yeah, maybe the reason no one's coming forward is because they don't exist.
They don't
Maybe
exist.
it was only like a few, like, maybe it was just like a small sort of like get together just like in one part, you know what I mean? And like maybe the reason people aren't coming forward is because they weren't there.
Again, because too, Sammy is one of, there's a couple people saying there was a lot of people there, but Sammy is like the main one saying that there was a lot of people there.
And I totally think that the Ronnie guy is a drug dealer or a name for a drug dealer. I mean, it just, somebody's covering up for him, his cousins. I mean, like, come on, anybody that knows anything, like people call each other, that's my cousin, and they're not cousins. That might be your friend. Like, that word is used loosely. There's a lot of like, holes, like things that, like sound, what they are, but like a lot of it sounds like a bunch of cover up, like, hey, just pay attention to this, don't pay attention to this.
My main thing with Ronnie is that he said his cousins or whoever it was saw her early in the party from 8 to 9. She didn't even get there till 9:45, 10 o'clock. So they must have found her at it. If they did see her, if they were there, if he was there, whoever was there, there had to be an earlier party. Or he's just one or the other. Like she was not there at 8 o'clock.
But can I just, hey, Kato, all I'm getting is those videos you're sending me of people at the campground afterwards where there's no people. What do you mean that you're showing me proof that there was a party? I don't think that's the right video then.
That might not, if there's not many people there, that kind of would reiterate what we were saying.
No, it's after the fact. No, it's just somebody going there, I think, after. I think is what it is. I don't know. I'm not able to listen because I'm online, but
what is this on the screen?
Oh, this is some lady. I had the whole combo before. Where's the rest of it?
It's about the one that was all like, are you checking
why haven't
this place in like Jamaica?
Yeah, where she was talking to the lady.
Ridiculous. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of that, I have a question. You remember how the police said that there were like license plate readers or something, and they mentioned Reno and all these other places. Did they do it? Did they mention if they did it in further out states, or they just did it in neighboring states?
A lot of places do it, but the teens, because they party there so often, actually know where.
Like, I didn't know if the police like contacted neighboring states or like to check their license plate readers or whatever, or if they only did like Reno and like close places, or did they reach out to Arizona and Florida and everywhere else?
I'd imagine there's probably a database for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. I think that's how that works. You go into like a missing person database, so all the states, like kind of.
Nobody would know how exactly to avoid all of the license plate readers. Like for a little while, you can get away with using back roads, but you couldn't go state to state and avoid every license plate reader.
Right. So here's the area. Video. Here's the area they actually partied. They weren't at a campsite. They didn't park in parking lots. They had a huge flat area that you could
just in the woods.
Fit.
Exactly what I was
what Kato sent me, guys. I'm gonna play. Do I need to play the audio though, or can we just maybe we could just watch it? She said there's proof of the party because there's two videos. She said there's like trash all over. So let's see. This is after. So this would.
But that doesn't mean it's their party.
Yeah, but I know that's
true.
That's a lot of people either.
It'll be interesting just to see that area, right?
MOB did. They also had like footage and or like located where it was, and it is like a flat area like that immediately has kind of a drop off because you can.
Is there water nearby, like right next to it, where she could have drove straight in?
It's so receded.
That's kind of what I saw in the drone footage. Like if she would have drove in, she wouldn't have went immediately underwater.
No, she wouldn't have gotten immediately underwater. Unless she would have had to drive down into the middle because it was receded. The lake, exponentially.
It's pretty far off the road.
And there would have been tracks
Or
because
the
it would have
trail.
been muddy and sandy and whatever.
Yes, and even
See,
like
that's
the
what I was
initial
thinking
water
too.
depth, is like a foot. You know what I'm saying? It's really bad.
And if somebody pushed it in, they would have had to have been wet to get her that far in. So you would think people would have noticed stopping wet people walking up back to the party.
Well, unless you put the car, I think it's in what, like neutral when you have to push it. Then it would
That's
kind
more
of
of
keep
a
going.
Yeah, but if it
ravine.
was really shallow there, it wouldn't have
Yeah.
went far.
Right.
They would have had to have keep pushing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Which is why I think it's dropped off of some.
Yeah, because
kind
it's
of
not a
ravine.
road. Like where a road you can kind of push and just let it go. But like in that sand dirt crap,
And there'd be a lot of trees there to avoid if you were like tripping on mushrooms or something too. Like I don't think you'd be able to avoid those trees.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that much trash. I saw
It
one beer
doesn't
can.
look like
and
that big of
one
a
of this.
party to me. I
I
mean,
know.
Right when I used to
not
party, there
yet.
beer cans, cups, everything. It would take us the whole next day to clean it up.
But do you think
My
somebody came there
understanding
and
was
cleaned it up?
there was a crew that came and cleaned it up the next morning.
But shouldn't they have kept that for
It-
evidence,
that
though?
would be
I
a
was gonna
crime
say the same
scene. You
thing.
should-
That's a
yeah.
crime scene. Why would they do that?
Yeah, they didn't know.
Yeah, but she
they
was
did.
reported
Oh.
missing the next morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people were still probably partying when she was reported missing. Like, I
Yeah,
guarantee
because some
there
kid said he left at 7 a.m. So, and he
there
didn't
were
see her
people
leave.
still awake. Right. So
That's a pair. Is that a pair of sunglasses? Oh, maybe not.
I just think it's weird that there were that many people there and not one person saw her leave. Like that just
What?
Someone
gets
said
me
that
so
Sam's
bad.
parents helped
Somebody
clean
did
it up
see
in the
her leave.
morning.
Somebody's just not talking. You know what I'm saying? They're just
Right, that's they have to. That has to be the case. I mean, there's too many people.
obviously at least a few people. Maybe not a lot of people, like Laura said, but there's at least a couple people that saw her.
whoever
Oh,
she
yeah.
went with, I mean, the
Is that a
people
pill
she
bottle
went
that's-
with seem to be the ones that I would keep my eye on. I mean, that
Oh, they are.
you know,
Doesn't that look like a crushed pill bottle in a way? Because the color, or no? Am I looking?
It does. It looks like the bottom of a crushed pill bottle.
Yeah. Oh.
Kind of. That or a
Kinda.
beer bottle.
Yeah,
Oh, it
that's-
could be a beer bottle
It's
because it looks
kinda
glass.
bigger.
It's sharp.
Yeah.
You're right. I think it is. Okay.
still, I mean, that's still very little for that. Looks like something my mom would have a party and her friends, maybe.
Yeah, like
Not
Little
really.
Kings or something.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Did you guys see that in that area there were people like that were getting charged for like fentanyl overdoses, like the drug dealers or whatever?
I did see that today. It was like a 15-year-old.
Like, say Sammy got her a pill, a Percocet, and it was laced with fentanyl or whatever, and that's why people aren't talking because they're afraid she's going to go to jail, the dealer is going to go to jail, etc.
Oh, yeah.
There's just going to become a whole ring of jail.
Looks
Probably.
like
Yeah, and
there
they're
was
all
a
afraid
fire.
because
Look,
they
there
had
was a-
something to do with it, or if Sammy and someone else set up the deal for her to get the Percocets or whatever it was, and then she overdosed. They're all afraid they're going to go to jail since people in that area have been going to jail recently for stuff like that.
But
Yeah,
why?
no, definitely.
More
Like, if
than one
Sammy-
person. More than one person would have taken a Percocet.
I was gonna say if Sammy was
You
with her
think
the
so?
whole night, like she said, they probably did them together. I mean, what if?
Yeah.
I mean, they could have been.
You would think the
more
same
than
thing
everybody,
happened to
or it was her
Sammy.
first time.
I mean, whatever.
But
First,
still, if
second, or
it's
third, she could
fentanyl-
have done it and
Yeah,
passed
fentanyl
out.
takes you out like right away, right? Like whether you have a
Yeah.
tolerance to it or not.
Yeah.
So it could have been an overdose then, because more people would have overdosed, like you're saying.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it
what I'm
just
thinking.
depends on the person.
You're right, though. Tim, right? Your name's
Tim,
so
I'm
small.
Tim. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
it
right. If
just-
Sammy has more of a tolerance because she does it more often, I mean, she could take it, maybe be fine. Kylie might not ever have done it, and then she could have overdosed. Yeah.
I don't
From
know. It
what I
seemed like she
understand,
did her
Sammy was-
fair share of partying too.
Yeah, Sammy was, from what I understand, was 18. She had a couple more years experience. She's probably done more. It looked like, the Kylie girl could have been out of her element with people that she normally doesn't even, her boyfriend wasn't there. It just seems very suspect all around. And I mean, that Sammy girl seems to be the one that I would keep my eye on because, she
They
clearly
are.
said she was with her the whole night. And so she knows something. I mean,
Why didn't they collect all this stuff? This is the stuff that's really like tripping me out right now. Why didn't they collect all this stuff and run prints on them? At very least, fake it.
right.
Well, at the
DNA
time,
on
it
the
wasn't a
beer
crime
bottle?
scene, too, I'm pretty sure. I think at the time, it just wasn't a crime scene when
But it is now.
when they
so
cleaned
why
it
are-
up.
But
But
why
don't
aren't they-
clog up forensic labs that already have 6 to 8 week backlogs to fingerprint everything ever. that's not
Right.
gonna really do
Maybe collect it.
anything.
Maybe not.
Exactly, because it's
Maybe
a
not.
lot of people coming back. Especially
Yeah,
if there's
there's
300 people.
Maybe not do it, run it all right now, but collect it.
What
Don't
is
be
that?
that looked like was that a weed like
Look like a weed
grinder?
grinder. Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I was
I wouldn't be
thinking.
touching crap. Like,
Yeah,
Why would
no,
they
that's
pick that
really
that
up?
wouldn't be what I would be
stupid.
doing.
That
Yes.
sounds kind of like suspect. Like they just picked it up to show, like, oh look, there was weed. There's a weed grinder here.
Almost like they knew right where it was and what they were going to do with it. It
yeah.
was
You
strange.
know how hard it would be to
I
Like
don't
find
know,
plantage.
but I don't know if it's staged.
That was a small weed grinder too.
like, oh look what I found, a weed grinder. Oh,
That was like a little bit bigger than like a teacup, like the top of a tea.
If it's compared, what if he has big hands?
Maybe I
that's a
don't
good
know.
find. Either way, good find. He's finding up.
Oh man, I didn't know you were backstage. That's a good point. She said, as many people supposed to be there, someone would have seen OD and wouldn't care to keep their quiet for someone. But no, but they could be scared though. I could see that though, because maybe they all helped cover it up, so they're scared because they're all
at
kind of
that
involved. And now so much
Yeah, see,
time has
that's
already
the
passed, and they haven't said anything yet. So now they might be really scared because now they're like, shoot. I kept this for so long. Now, if I come forward, but they don't know that they would probably be fine. But they're
Maybe they were high. They
But they
lied.
can remain anonymous. Like they can be anonymous and not have to talk to anybody.
It's never
Yeah, that's
anonymous. People aren't stupid.
Well,
It's
but
never
there's
I know. I
anonymous.
agree.
Yeah.
You're right.
They track your IP. They do all of that.
They may not have been in the drug scene there. And I can't imagine like somebody passing out and not being noticed by somebody around who's not on drugs and not afraid to say something.
What if they were?
Oh,
I
that's
mean, I'm just going by like what I'm picturing, like what would be at Nelson's. I'm going by what I would. What if she went to a camp spot, there was like 5 people and they were doing that, and she were to do it, and it happened with, Sammy and then the drug dealer and his 2 cousins. It's only that.
Separate idea. Well, when you brought that up,
It wouldn't
I thought
be.
about it. Yeah.
It would be very easy for the guys to talk Sammy into like, yo, we could get in a lot of trouble for this and to lie.
But she'd be the only one that knew.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Thank you, Tyler. I missed the super chat. I might have missed a lot of super chats. I feel so bad. Thank you, Tyler Payne.
Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to chat, but it's difficult.
I know, but I know
on
I
panels.
missed some. I feel like because I'm trying to go through them now, but
Don't you guys think that the parents would encourage the kids to come forward? Like if it was me in that
I
situation,
would.
I would tell my kids go talk.
Yeah, I would too.
I
I'd be like,
would,
even if you
but-
don't know anything, say what happened.
but some
I don't.
parents
But
are
these
just
kids,
You never
different.
know.
They're- you know,
these
you don't
kids
ever-
and parents know better that again, anonymous.
It doesn't
There's no
seem like they care.
There's
Yeah, but they can't
there's
prove
no
like if
yeah.
my kid was there drinking, they can't prove that he was there drinking just because he saw her there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, no,
Yeah.
and they don't care about drug use, like per
Okay,
se.
Roger Rabbit.
Well,
There's
unless
one.
you were,
There's one. Roger Rabbit. There's 2.
I mean, unless you saw her die or something happened to her, I mean, why would you want to interject yourself into it?
But they're
So-
saying like even if you saw her there, come forward because maybe Sammy's saying she was there till 12:30, but the police might be trying to prove otherwise because people are saying she wasn't there. So, you know what I mean? If they had 10 people come forward and
No,
say yes, she was there
Sammy-
till 12:30.
Sammy tried leaving earlier than supposedly Kylie, which is a load of crap because she was supposed to be driving Kylie home.
And she put it together. She put the party together. Why would she leave at that time and ask Kylie for a ride home at 11:30 and then at 11:45 decide to go home with somebody else?
Yeah.
So she put the party together, which could possibly be that 20 people that we saw in the photo, and there, could have been hundreds
It
of
already
people
went out.
spread
It
out
went
through
to
the woods.
Sierra College. No, it was advertised for real for like a month beforehand to other areas. Like there could have been clicks.
The people that were.
I have another quick theory. What if, like, all those people that we saw in the picture, since they weren't drinking, they didn't have beers in their hands, they didn't have red cups in their hands. What if they all got together, put money in to get drugs, and Sammy was like, "Hey, Kylie, you take the dealer to go pick it up," and something happened then, and that's why nobody's talking because they all gave the money to her to go with the dealer to get it.
That's
The
what I'm saying.
dealers-
When you're
The
when you're
dealers were
kids,
already at the
exactly.
party. The
But
dealers
what if
were
they
already
want
at the
though? What if
party.
the dealer had to go get more because there's so many people?
You getting
He
cut off.
can't come
Hold
back.
on.
That's
Yeah,
on them.
it's not here.
Wait, hold on. Let's try to like be a little bit better at back and forth because everybody's talking over each other. Okay. Tim, what were you saying real quick?
I already lost my thoughts, so I'll let
Okay.
you guys continue, and I'll just step in if I could.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead, man. You got it. Like,
I
do you?
literally forgot. I literally
Okay.
forgot
That's okay.
where
Maybe
we
you'll
were at.
remember.
I'm sorry.
It was about dealers, like maybe having to leave.
Yeah, because I mean, that or the deal. Like I said, the dealer was already there, and they, the people were high, and they were just like, "Hey, we all can get in trouble for this." I mean, it's very possible. I mean, it just depends on the size of the group, and how well. Like, she was 16. Everybody, like, they might have not been that connected to her. Like, I live in Columbus. I'm from Medina. I know. I feel not very connected to the people like I do back home. Like maybe she just, they don't have that same remorse as you would if your close friend as, her boyfriend and the other kid that, you could tell truly cared. Maybe they just, they're in their moment, they're high on whatever, and they're worried about getting themselves out of trouble and not.
Yeah, especially if they're starting college, and I'm sure some of them have probably academic scholarships and things of that nature. So, I mean,
The
there's
thing
just
is, go ahead.
no. I was just gonna say, like, there's okay. So the police are being like, we're not gonna charge anybody for drug use. But they don't say that we're not going to charge anybody that was handing crap out to minors or
Exactly. They don't say
this, and this.
any of that.
So, yeah. So people are
I'm with
stupid.
you there. They're
So,
gonna get charged if they have anything to do with like an overdose or some kind of thing,
well,
like
with that many
Kylie. They're
people,
gonna get charged,
with that many
or
people on
anyone else.
drugs, I'm sure that somebody probably got SA'd. I hate to say that, but the probability of people partying in the woods with a bunch of drugs, and there's just probably a lot of things that happen that shouldn't have happened. So there's so many reasons to be scared to come forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There were some
agree.
parents on Facebook that were saying that their kids did not come forward. They didn't tell them to come forward, but the police still showed up at their door, and they
Good for them.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
and they
really.
shared that to share that the police seem to be doing their job. Like, how did they even know their kids were there? But they
Cell
did.
phone.
A couple of parents said that.
Yeah.
I have a couple of things that I just want to throw in there before I forget. And one of the things we were talking, like you guys were talking about, was the ride home issue, that she was going to give Sammy a ride home, and then Sammy changed her mind because she was wasted. The only people who have actually admitted to having seen her wasted would be in this small group of people who have actually said something, being Ronnie, about his cousins and what they saw, being Sammy, and nobody else has come forward, like we said. So they could all together say they saw her wasted and start a narrative of she was. But everybody who knows her outside of those people have said that they know for a fact she would not drive drunk. And she
So they were
called, or
just
whatever,
gaslighting
contacted her
everybody.
mom.
Yeah, because
Contacted
her mom would have come and got her.
Her mom said that she wanted a curfew extended and that she'd be driving home. So if everybody who really truly knows her says she would not drive drunk, she wouldn't have asked her mom or like hinted that she would be driving home at that point in time. So it sounds like it's a bunch of, hogwash saying that she was drunk and wasted when it's only these people who quote unquote saw her wasted. Nobody else has said anything about that.
Or Sammy was supposed to be the designated driver with Kylie's car, and
But why would
she
Kylie
ditched her.
Oh, but it was okay. Wait, this might be something I'm getting misconstrued. Did Kylie, when she contacted home and asked for an extended curfew, did she mention herself driving herself home, or was that not mentioned?
It was like, I'll be home. I'm gonna leave at. It didn't say I'm gonna leave and drive my vehicle.
Was it a text or a call?
Yeah, but
It
we
was
don't know
a
if that was
text.
Kylie.
Right,
How do you know it was
exactly.
her even texting? I mean, it could have been anybody.
The message at the end, though,
Yeah.
where it was like, I love you, mama. Like, that was kind of uber personal, I think, which would be
Unless
hard
that's
to
normal
fake.
for them.
I talk like that
Would
to
they
my
think
mom.
to
look,
So.
scroll through her text? to
look at
say
her
that?
text and look how she says goodbye like prior times. I
Well,
mean,
we all call our mamas
I
something.
say
And not
about
only
the
that,
same thing to my
No,
mom
we
pretty
I
much
would say
every
mom.
time.
Some people say mom. So if it were like her typical mode, like if it was her typical language that she would say with her mom, I think if it wasn't, her mom might say something about that, considering, I don't know, if it was odd. Everybody who is in a situation like that seems to bring up this last text doesn't sound like this person or whatever. But
yeah.
like
I mean, you
some
got
people
If they
say
to.
grew
her,
It's
around her,
just
they
a
would know how she talks
possibility.
to her mom.
It's just a possibility. That,
right.
Yeah, it's
that's
something you
all.
got to mention. I mean, it's just, it could be.
It
It
just
could
doesn't
be
seem
at
like
any
she was
time.
drunk telling her mama, I'll be home, without telling her I'll get a ride home. And if she was, I don't know, it just seems like, based on what everybody has said about her, it really does seem like she is open and honest and would probably say something about, I'm not, okay to drive, so somebody's going to take me. It just seems like something she would say to her mom, given the
I
fact that
totally
everybody
agree.
says she's. But then
But you know,
also, so just this one other thing that's slightly unrelated, but and then I'll shut up for everybody. But the parents not making their kids come forward. If the parents are really open and knowing that their kids are going to these parties, knowing the drugs that are going on, it would seem to me like if it were that type of parent, a lot of them would not want their kids to go get themselves in trouble. Maybe like, don't say anything because we know that you were doing this or that drug. It was there and we know you did it. Don't go out there and put your name out there and get yourself in trouble or whatever.
Okay,
That was just an
but
idea.
the thing is that you cannot get in trouble for already doing drugs. You can only get in
yeah.
trouble for having drugs. So
Maybe they don't
even
know
in
that.
that case, they wouldn't be in trouble. Well, I mean, as an adult, I would assume the parents would know,
Unless
but
those
I
parents
don't know.
supplied alcohol or you know
Yeah,
what I
that
mean?
could be the
Like
case.
they don't want to be held culpable, like, okay, the kids are off the hook, but you sure aren't, you
Or
know?
even the kids
Right.
being known as someone who did, like a reputation type of thing. I don't know. That was just an idea.
But what is
I'm,
that teaching your kids though if you tell them not to come forward? Like,
I
I
think
don't
if
know.
you
I just
let
feel like
your
it's
high
not teaching them
schooler go
good
to
life
Yeah.
lessons.
if you let your high schooler go to that kind of party knowing what's going on, what does
Thank
that
you.
say about you as a parent?
True.
Exactly.
That's
I
true because,
agree.
and that's just teaching
Amen.
them to like not be honest with the police or not be honest with, like, I don't know. I just don't think that's a good lesson
It
to teach a
wouldn't, no,
teenager.
it's not a good lesson, but it wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, a
isn't
lot
it
of people don't
true
trust
that
the
the
police.
a
Yeah.
parent or her parent said not to cooperate with police?
Or
They
maybe
have
not come
reports
forward.
of
That was
adults
reported, right?
Yeah,
obstructing, yes.
it was
Yeah, because then
reported
again,
at the conference that there might be adults telling the kids not to come forward with information. So
And what's the mother saying about all this? Where is
I
she?
haven't heard.
That's what I'm
I've
saying. If
only
that
seen
were
her
my
talk once. I
sister,
don't know, or twice.
if
Oh,
that
she's
were
been
my
in a
sister,
few. Wait, whose mother? Sammy's or
Kylie.
Kylie's? Oh,
Kylie's.
she's been in a few, and I think the latest was with her husband or whatever.
Yeah,
And
I saw that.
they were asking, they're asking for more tips and or like videos or whatever. So
Let me just chime in for a second. As far as people not coming forward, I have said this from the beginning. If it was my kid and he didn't see her, I wouldn't want my kid involved. You know
exactly.
what? Don't just ignore the
I
police.
agree. That's what I'm
I
thinking.
agree.
no, but if they did see her, then
But
do go
if
forward
they
and say, hey, I
seen
seen her at 10
something,
o'clock. That's
yeah,
it.
Well, the separate
yeah.
campsites, that
Now,
whole separate campsite thing would lead me, like, I never thought about that part of it. But if there are separate campsites like that, then it would make sense that not a lot of people or only a small group of kids would have seen her, especially if something went wrong.
so
But
Especially if all
Sammy
these
said she was
people are
very
kind of
social
related.
and went and talked to everybody. So
there's
she was very
another.
social and talked
Maybe
to
everybody
everybody.
at that campsite. Maybe, I don't know. I
True.
think Sammy is really hard to believe at this point. So whatever she says, I'm not really going straight
Believe the
off of.
opposite, yeah.
That's why she's
I
not
feel
talking
like
now.
Sammy's CNN. It's mainstream, whatever you want to call it. I feel like Sammy's like whatever she says is probably the opposite. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. So
It's
her
not
denials
just
of
her.
driving.
It's not just her. I just went down a rabbit hole to someone in chat a while ago said, Bella said that something was posted about another girl on August 6th, 12 a.m. Elsa Pekarak, who was
Yeah,
at the
yep,
party.
we have that.
saw
Yeah.
Kylie at around 12
Yes.
a.m.
What? No, I thought that one was
I
one.
didn't hear
Some of them
this.
say 12, and
Yeah,
then some say
I
1.
double checked. As soon
Okay.
as
There
I
are
saw
some that
that,
say
I went
1.
and double checked, and Fox News did say that she saw her at 12.
Okay.
Hence this rabbit hole that I just flew down. So Amanda Vita had actually asked her on her Instagram. One of the news reporters said that you saw her at 12. And then she wrote back, "No, I saw her at 12:30. I spoke to her at 12:30."
Okay.
I was like, well, this is a whole nother rabbit hole of a name that is not
Then
front.
how didn't she see her leave 3 minutes later?
That's what I'm saying.
It's pretty convenient.
So
Well, we
I'm
don't
gonna-
know. We
Right.
don't know that she left 3 minutes later. That's just when her phone died.
I'm gonna
Like,
explore this
Is there
more.
any proof that Sammy left when she said she did? Is there any
No.
proof
No.
of that?
No.
Just what
Nope.
she said.
Okay.
But
Not
we
that
don't
we're
know
aware
that
of.
she.
She says a lot of
We don't.
stuff.
Wait, hold on, guys. We don't know if
Also-
she. Maybe wait, hold on 1 second. Let's try to get a little bit better at going back and forth here. We don't know if she did see her. She might have told law enforcement. She might not be telling us because it's a part of the case. So Elsa could have told. I mean, maybe she did tell law enforcement that she saw her. Maybe they know more.
But if it's 12:30, that's still within the normal timeline that we're operating on.
But
Yeah,
wouldn't
no, but
police
she
have
saw her
updated that
leave.
timeline though if she said
Exactly.
she saw her?
Why is the police not saying anything about
These
her?
kids could be just trying to get followers and get all this because they supposedly saw her and they want people to follow her to get information.
Here's the other catch. There is not one thing about Kylie on her Instagram.
Yeah, they're
Not
probably
Elsa's?
just trolling to get people to follow them or try to contact them so they can feel like they're somebody.
But
The
there's
police would have
Laura, on
definitely updated it.
Instagram.
Laura,
So
on Elsa's?
it's not related because she's not trying to get followers from it. She's not even mentioning Kylie.
Okay, yeah. Then that's
Okay, well
interesting.
then
You know
that's
what this
different.
reminds me of? It triggers me real hard. Is you guys, ladies, remember the Kanika Jenkins case? The girl
Yeah.
out of Chicago who was found in the freezer, and all the friends were partying in the hotel room, and they couldn't get anybody to come through, and there was so
Nobody
many
knew
people calling in YouTube, and I mean that's what kind of got me, into the true crime type stuff. I was already into it, but on the YouTube side, that
But
was kind of one of the first cases.
You also
It's-
have to remember these are kids that were doing drugs and underage drinking, and just because the police tell you they're not going to do anything doesn't make it true.
Right.
Yeah.
Kids are
Well,
going to college.
It's the adults that were a part of that would get dealing to minors, this and
Exactly.
this. That they're the ones that are like, you need to shut the fuck up. That's it.
And then you have the
With
drug
the
dealers
Kanika
telling them to shut up
girl,
too.
Yeah,
they had
exactly.
the girls actually the girlfriend set her up and like brought her to that hotel for other guys from another school to run into. So
the, like gang.
yeah,
Kids
do
are
whatever they
naive.
do. I don't, so we don't know the politics of what was happening leading up. Like we only know what Sammy said and then what they said that was going on earlier in the day, like making the creme brulee or stuff like that. But like
Zach,
we
do you
don't know
have
what
that
happened.
creepy photo picture thing that I texted you
Of what?
of Sammy?
Wait, when did you
The
text
crazy
me?
part is when they were in the car and it was 11:30 and they were charging their phones and texting the mom, like now I'm missing her name. Not Sammy, Kylie. Kylie asked her mom for extra curfew time, and it
15
happened.
minutes.
Yes, and it happened to coincide with the time that the line of cars were going to be leaving. So she was going to leave at 12:15, and everybody else left at 12:30. So
Yep.
I don't know, was it all planned ahead of time that they would be leaving at 12:30?
I wondered that.
Actually,
Like,
I want to. Can I
yeah.
can you tell me what picture real quick before we move on? Because I could put it up. What was it of?
It was of Sammy holding a girl by her hair.
Oh, somebody else sent, or was that you that sent me? Yeah. Oh, that was you, I think. Somebody sent me like the video.
If there's
Or, hold
666 in the phone number, then it's mine. Sorry.
Did anybody
wait,
catch
was
where
it-
Sammy said that Kylie would do anything if you told her to jump off a cliff, she would do it?
Yeah, what I want to know.
Like,
that
did she
too.
dare her to do something? And you know what I mean? Like, there's
I don't
just
think
so many
she would
possible
literally
things.
jump off a cliff. So
No, but if she said fight a guy, would she do it? You know
I
what
want to
mean?
know
Like, try
if
this
if
drug.
it was a
Or do 10 of
girl.
these pills.
if it was a girls' fight league and Sammy fucked up, because I remember in the car, Sammy was all like, about arguments over winning. She was like, there was no argument this time.
Yeah, like did somebody get knocked out? Is that why there was no argument?
Was it Kylie? Did she get like a brain hemorrhage? Like, did she
Yeah.
just obliterate her?
That still doesn't explain the car. That's why I go back to the
But
theory. Either
if
the
that-
car wasn't there, or
Sammy would have to get rid
someone
of it.
sent her with the drug dealer to go get drugs for everybody, because not one person had a drink in their hand. So it was obviously they were doing drugs. So
Correct.
maybe
They were
all
drinking in the cars.
But maybe they had Coke and they ran out. And I don't know if you've ever done it. If you run out, you want more. So they sent some, and the drug dealer's not going to come with everything they have for the fear of the cops coming or whatever, or getting robbed, whatever.
Cops are known not to come there.
But if they're still not going to bring their whole supply with them. So if they had to go get more, who's to
you
say
don't
that
want to get pulled
Kylie
over
didn't
on
go
the way
drive
there.
in to get it? And
But
nobody
where-
wants to say that because they all put money in.
But where is her car? Even
That's
if
what I'm saying. The
happens,
drug dealer could have took her somewhere. It could be parked in his garage.
Okay, so you're saying like maybe he drove the drug dealer. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, maybe she drove him. Like everybody put their money in to go get more. She drove him and didn't come back. But Sammy's not going to say that. Everybody else isn't going to say, "Hey, we sent her with a drug dealer to get us drugs."
Or she could just say, she left the party to go get something. Like, it just seems to me like that's a simple thing to explain away.
Yes.
If she's going to
That's
talk
true.
about,
It's
like,
just
all these
weird.
She
other
that none of them
definitely-
have drinks in their hand. That's like what sets me off. Like, why are they partying and nobody has a solo cup, a beer can, and nothing?
You haven't seen all the photos, of the cops don't owe it to us to give us the photos of proof we want. They're holding
Yeah, but they didn't set them
close.
down for a picture. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if I was a kid and I was putting something online, I would probably put my beer down if I didn't want my family to see it.
Yeah, or it was when they first got there. That could be true.
Because it looked like everybody knew that picture was coming. It didn't look like it was some spontaneous picture. It looked like it was a planned picture.
Or
I
something
think it could
was
have been when
happening
they were all
because they were
leaving.
all looking at something like, oh, snap.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think we're seeing
Yeah.
the pictures with obvious proof that everybody's there wasted doing drugs. We're not seeing those.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
not.
I'm not seeing that at all. That's not how I'm seeing it. That's not how I'm seeing it. I'm kind of picturing it as a way smaller group. And I think the fighting thing is interesting. I never, thought, I heard about it, but I mean, the more, you talk about it, I mean, with the pictures and all the things that I have seen, I mean, that is very plausible.
What's odd is she didn't bring that up on her own. They asked, I forgot the name of the dream chaser, whatever dudes.
Because I think the cops mentioned something about
She
a
didn't.
fight.
She had to come up with something on her. Like, she came out with a response to it, but he brought it up. Where did he hear about the fighting thing that goes on there?
And
had
that speaks to
video-
what kind
they
of
had
parents they
video
are
of-
too. If they're okay with their kids doing that, drinking and fighting,
Yes,
and the parents
exactly.
talk about it like it's normal.
That Megan lady that called in who said her child supposedly wasn't there and said that Sammy would never lie but also shrugged it off as like, yeah, that's just what they do. I'm like, what are you people insane?
Yeah,
Like, I have a 17-year-old daughter.
And
No
yeah,
way.
where's the tears too? When I was that age, if one of my friends went missing or what,
I'd be torn apart.
I wouldn't be able to stand there and talk to the media and give it would be so, and that
That's
makes
why I
me
said Mag
think that
was the
this
only one
might
that showed
not even.
emotion.
Yes, and the boyfriend. I mean,
Well, they
he
aren't
looked
close,
like,
apparently.
Yeah, him too.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
and that also made sense to me. Is like, I used to go to the Legends. My girlfriend didn't like going, so it's not like common for maybe her to go to a party. When she went to the party, go to a party that maybe he wasn't comfortable wanting to go with a bunch of party people and whatever. So he just didn't do that. And you could tell he was different from Sammy. You could tell they weren't from the same group of friends. Just
And
by
he was
listening to them.
in Reno with his dad, I believe, at like a car show or something.
Right. He chose
No,
that than
He
the
was
party.
in Napa. He was in Napa.
Whatever he chose not to be there.
I think they went to the Kylie and Jagger, and then went to the car show the night before. But she was supposed to go again the next day with her mom.
Such a shame.
So is it a common understanding that they are exes, not actual boyfriend
Yes.
girlfriend. It's an ex. He's an
Okay.
ex, right?
X.
Yeah, he corrected the
Okay.
news and said that he was her ex-boyfriend, not boyfriend.
Hey,
And
who's
he
trying to
said that
get
he heard
in?
from her at what?
Who's trying to come into the chat? I'm just curious. Maybe we could kind of.
I'm gonna head out so other people can get in. I've been
I'm
on a
gonna
while.
say-
Thank you for having me on,
Who's
guys.
talking? Oh, I can't tell.
Thanks
who's
for
talking.
coming.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
Megan. Okay, thanks, Megan. Thank
Bye.
you. Aw, thank
Bye.
you.
Have a good day
I'll be in
too.
the chat room or I'll come in later. Bye.
Bye.
goodness.
Who else just
Bye.
said? I can't recognize the voice.
Mass exodus. No.
Wait,
Am
who
I
just
the only
left?
guy on the panel right now?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that fits the ratio of true crime. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Who
for
else
real.
just left, Ashley? Megan and who else?
Perplex is here.
No, perplexed. I know there's two people who just said bye, and
I don't know. I don't know
I
either.
don't know, but whoever just left, I don't know if it was Eve or not.
Amanda Campbell.
No, Amanda
I'm
left.
No,
She's
she's
the one who
here
said bye.
still.
Oh wait,
No,
it
I'm
was-
here.
no,
My
Amanda's right
signal
there.
goes in and out. Yeah, my signal is bad. I keep coming back.
GP, are you going to watch your? Whose signal's bad?
Mine. I'm in my classroom. I teach, and I'm sitting here. I should be doing my lesson plans, but I'm talking to you guys instead, and it's fun. So, but my signal is
True
awful.
crime for the win.
Exactly.
You need a
Well, just
break,
kick me
anyways.
off if you need space. Just tell me.
No, now we have room. Actually, you're good. And we just
Okay.
click Wonderwood.
Exactly.
Wonderwood.
Hey
yeah.
Just
guys,
kick
am
me
I
off
live?
if you need space. Just tell me.
No, now we have. Oh wait, hold on. It's echoing. Let me try to add you again. Wonderwood. It's doing that thing that it did with Ryan. Let's see.
Space. Just tell me.
No, Wonderwood, come back. Go leave and try to come back in.
No, they got something in the background playing.
Ryan
It's
can come back
us.
on. He has some good
Look.
thoughts.
Who?
Ryan.
It is
I
good
know.
to
I've
have
been
like,
trying to get.
Okay,
perspective.
yeah, everything's echoing. I'll try and come back.
Yeah, it's still echoing. Yeah, I tagged him because I wanted him to explain the whole Ronnie and Miro, but he hasn't. I don't know. He hasn't responded.
Yeah, and he also said he's like, if you want me a panel, hit me up. And I mean, I didn't respond to it, but I was just like.
But you have to understand, he probably gets thousands of messages, so he might just not have seen.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't even respond to it because, like, I don't know. I was just hoping, that he's gonna kind of hop on when he's awake.
He seems like a night type guy.
He is
too,
like a night.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, and he also went really hard yesterday. I like he was on a bunch of different streams. I mean, he might just be like,
I think
tired.
he's on Twitch more than YouTube. I think is what I'm thinking. Like for live, doesn't he go on that Twitch more?
Well,
Twitch,
apparently you
yeah.
can use Twitch through YouTube or stream both. That's
I don't have
Yeah,
it.
you
I'm
can
just
stream both
watching.
simultaneously.
Eve, what do you mean you're still showing online? Huh? I'm confused. Is it still showing
You're
up
definitely not here, Eve.
Yeah, no.
Let's see.
Eve, what do you mean
Wonderwood.
you're still
showing?
showing
No,
online?
but still echoing. Wait, can you? I'm confused.
Turn off your YouTube.
You gotta turn off YouTube.
Yeah, just be on StreamYard and exit out of your YouTube. Like completely clear it out of. If you're on a browser, just exit. If you're on your phone, just clear that.
Can you switch apps
someone
if
named
you're on
Dixie in the
StreamYard?
I don't know.
I've never
And
tried it because
it
I
takes you
always
away.
get left.
What was the question?
Can you switch amongst apps when you're using StreamYard
Yes.
on your phone? You can.
Yep. Oh wait.
What do you mean switch
Oh, wait.
amongst apps? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, like if I wanted to go look
Yeah.
at my pictures and I turn my do I even have
don't
to turn my
know.
camera off?
I guess
Yeah,
you
I don't
could
know.
I have no idea.
Because I know like I can't even go into like the private chat because like I'll accidentally hit the wrong thing to go back to the main screen and then
I'm on my phone.
get
Y'all want me to test it? I can test it. You guys have to let me back in though.
Okay. I love that picture. It's like she's falling. Yeah, go ahead and test it.
Oh, thank you. Okay, hang on.
Is it some? Oh, I see it now. It looked like I thought it was like a Mortal Kombat person.
I'm gonna bring up Twitter and see, and I'll just share the screen as we're.
What about the creepy photo though? I feel
Oh
like
yeah, hold on. Did you send it to my email?
no, I texted you everything
Oh, you texted me? I
Okay,
know,
the-
then I haven't seen it. Hold
twice. It was two texts.
The mic turns off.
The
Sorry,
mic.
y'all.
Okay,
The mic
it
turns
mutes.
off when you switch up.
Okay, it mutes you. That's
Yeah,
not
my
right.
bad.
Did you have the
My
right
phone
number?
probably crashed.
Did I
It
write
was
down the wrong number? No, I don't have anything for you from anybody.
weird because it was an iPhone. Are you sure it's not in your unknown
Oh,
category?
wait, here it is. This has to be you. Well, I didn't even notice. When
Like
did
I
you
said,
do
does it begin with 666 or has a 666 in it? That would be me.
Yes.
That would be
Oh my
me.
dude, you're like way down there, and it didn't even show that it was like
A
it's like
notification.
blue,
Well, for
like the blue
unknowns,
dot. It doesn't say that. It didn't have the blue thing like it was new. Like I had anything new.
you can have unknown like turned off for notifications.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's it. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna send these to me. Cool. Thank you. So we'll.
But that seriously, that photo is
Ooh,
or actually, it's a
yes.
video. I don't know. You be careful because that first aired on no thanks.
Okay.
So I don't know if you could show a shot or.
Okay.
But that is so creepy.
Wow. Okay.
And it's for sure Sammy.
Wow. Okay, I'll share it. Wait, what's her name? What's her name? I didn't even add her. Oh yeah, she's back. Wait, did you try?
She did. It says it mutes you.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it just
when
mutes.
I switched apps, I was saying hello, hello, and you guys didn't hear me. So it's
Oh, okay.
You're like, they just let me back in.
No, I
But it
stayed in. I didn't have to rejoin.
Yeah,
but
she
it
never
you
left.
couldn't hear me.
Yeah. Is this what they do not have cameras? The cars.
Yeah, I just sent you all the things that because I ended up like staying up the rest of the day and
Yeah, I wish.
looking into
I
the
need to
shoes
see.
and the.
I need to see more Sammy stuff because I've seen a small amount of Sammy stuff. I've just
Did
heard.
Did you see a TikTok video of her today? Anywhere?
No,
Or last
no.
night? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've seen so much stuff. I'm
Is
not
that
gonna
the
say no
one?
until I see it
I
because
want to
I've.
see it. Is that the one you sent? The one you're talking about, or no?
I
With her
sent it
holding
to
the
you.
head?
It's a yeah. She's
Yeah, that
holding the
one.
girl.
Okay.
She's holding the girl by her hair. Yeah.
I saw that somewhere else, and it was on a different channel, not the
That's
one
why I
you
said
sent.
it was like no
No,
thanks or
no,
something.
no, there's a different one actually. So I should
Oh
go
well,
to
he
that
had
one. Yeah. Oh.
he came on. Well, maybe he did get it from somebody because he came on at like 4 a.m. with it, and he was so upset.
I
Yeah, he
definitely
definitely got
see
it
it
from
at 4
someone else.
He
a.m.
No,
was
there's another
really
channel. There's another channel that I saw before.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was really disturbed by it, and
But what is she saying? I don't get it. All she's
it's not
doing is
about what
holding
she's
her
saying.
head.
She's literally holding a girl by her hair and like a
Yeah.
bondage like top with this weird grin.
It is weird.
It's really weird. Which
Man,
I've
I
which
only
gives
ever
you
seen that one interview with the Dream Chaser people. That's the only thing I've seen of Sammy, other than
okay.
footage of her talking to the crowd
Yeah, that
about
one
how
where
parents don't need to be there.
yep. And then she's all like, "This is me," and then spins around. You know what I look like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
like
need
you
to
know
see this.
me, come to me. That's all
wait,
I've
I
what are
seen.
you
need to see
guys
this.
talking about?
Oh, just the when she had one of those teen talks or whatever, and she was talking in
Oh,
the
okay.
microphone.
Okay. Okay, so let me download what you just sent me. Or
So
not
she
download,
just doesn't look like she's just not like a good old dainty little girl. She's definitely can get wild.
People
From
in chat are
Oh
saying that
yeah.
that's actually not Sammy because the moles are in the different spots on the face.
No,
So that
What?
might not
no, I
actually
think
be
they're
Sammy at all.
what? No, I
Like
thought they were saying.
everyone in chat is saying it's not Sammy. So
Wait, the
I
one
don't
where
even.
she's holding the girl's hair. I think
yeah,
the other
everyone's saying
one that
that's
doesn't look
not.
like.
That
Are you
was
sure
the
it's not that other one?
That was a TikTok trend. It wasn't any. That's why I never understood it. It was the kid thing.
Oh.
Can
But
we
her
share that
face,
picture? I haven't seen it.
her
Okay,
face
hold
is
on.
just disturbingly happy. And then they might be talking about. I said that the guy that trolled Ryan is so and so, because if you go to a video it's 3 years old though. Of this guy. It literally looks it's like the same guy, but he could have grown more moles in 3 years. So I was just
Wait, what? Now I'm confused. What guy are you talking about?
I would
Yeah.
have like sent it to you. It's like Mikey something. I
Oh
can't
no,
look at my
somebody said
photo.
it in chat, and I went to look it up. I don't think it looks like that other guy at all.
The Pokemon video where he said, "Should I sell my Pokemon cards?" Are you kidding me?
No, I'm saying that Milo, whatever that person they think that's Miro. Is that what you mean?
Yes,
I don't think it's.
Mikey.
Yeah, I don't think it's
They.
Miro at all. I don't think it looks like him at all. That's why I didn't show it because I'm like, that's not even close. What you think it does?
The Pokemon video,
I don't know
yes.
what video. I just looked at a few of them and looked at what he looked like.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
the other ones look weird. I will say that. I was like, okay, maybe not. But that Pokemon video,
Okay, well,
like,
I'll show it. I just didn't think there was anything
or
to
even
it. That's
just
why I
take the
didn't
front
show it.
screenshot and compare the two because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
really
Okay.
similar.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me. Okay, there's an echo. Who just joined? Hello?
I have no idea.
Did you guys? Oh, you guys didn't hear that?
Uh-uh.
I heard it.
I heard it.
I
Yeah.
didn't.
Okay, so let me show you this other thing that is going around too. I thought this is the one that maybe people were saying aren't Sammy. That other one that I think the video is taken down, but the screenshot's still up. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Give me 1 minute. People were talking about it in chat the other night, but hold on. Okay. So let me show that first, and then I'm going to show that other guy that you think looks like him, and then what else? Hold on. Let me exit out of some of this stuff. Okay. So here, let me just show the first one, and then I'll go find that other video. Okay, so have you guys seen this right here that they say is Sammy? The chance of getting killed by your bestie is low.
I heard
You
about it. I
said
didn't get
Sammy?
this. I
The
didn't get to
video's
see
been
it.
removed now. It's not there.
I don't
Really?
think that's her.
Yeah,
It
that's
does
That's
not
what I
look
think people
like
are
her.
saying is not her, right, guys, in
But
the chat?
well,
did
people
she
are saying
post
both.
it?
They're saying both aren't her.
Did she post it?
Yeah, there's I saw a different screenshot where it said like in the background because I think it was a TikTok or is that TikTok? I don't know. Whatever platform it
Looks
said
like
Sammy,
TikTok,
like
maybe.
somebody named Sammy posted it, but it doesn't look like her. So maybe it's just somebody else named Sammy. It could be her, just maybe her face, the way she's making it. What do you, I don't know.
My understanding of
That
the
has to
hair
be a
one
TikTok.
was that it was her for sure. But what
But
trend
when
was
the
that?
video, in the video where she was doing the interview with the Dream Chaser people, her hair looked like chopped more and then like more curly toward the front, but it could be just a different hairstyle. I don't know. I didn't think it was her.
Okay.
Kylie's hair was longer in other photos too, and it was chopped. I mean,
I
or
know
And I
it's
mean,
a
you got to
weird
think.
they could
pull for
wear
the face.
extensions, all that.
It
You
just
know?
didn't look like her and her face to me, but I definitely wouldn't
No.
be able to tell with that kind of face.
I think girls' faces, or guys too, I guess, but girls in particular faces when they're 16 to maybe 18 change a lot, or not a lot, but start to change. So I mean, it could just look different as far as age. Maybe
Was
it
that
was
an
just a different
older
time
picture?
period.
I
Yeah, I
know
didn't see the timestamp.
I don't
see
know.
how
I
old it
can't
was.
find the on my phone. I could see it, but hold on a second. Give me a minute. I'm trying to find the other person that posted that thing with Sammy, so I don't have to play the other
What
one.
is the trend? What was the trend for that?
Yeah,
Like
Laura,
pull
what
y-
is the trend?
pull
Yeah,
your
I don't
friend's
know the
hair in
trend.
bondage trend?
Wow.
But I could believe it's a trend.
Yeah.
They have
There is
weird
a trend
trends
for
on TikTok.
everything. Stupid.
Yeah, I know, because people are literally choking themselves to death, which I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was, but someone told me that it was just a trend on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok, like they always have trends about, killing your best friend or something. My daughter's not
What?
home, right? Ask her.
What they?
I
Wow.
could text.
Okay.
No, like, see, those are things that people bring to me that I'm just like, these are normal teenage things. Like they're
I know
just
I mean, have y'all heard of
things you
the
do.
devious link or devious licks? I'm sorry, I can't talk. Devious licks. Last year, we had students at the school like unhooking the sink with the pipes from the wall, stealing the soap dispensers and posting, on social media that they did it. Devious licks is where you go in and steal or like ruin something in a public place, and the kids were doing it all over the school all the time.
It
The
wasn't
stupid
that
social media like trends like that.
Yeah, that was across the nation.
Or the
Mhm.
blackout challenge that is still killing people.
I mean,
Yeah.
TikTok
Oh my God,
seems
I
like
did that in high school, and that was ages ago.
I did that in middle school, but I didn't let the girls.
We did
choke
it in the
me.
choir rehearsal room closet, and I passed out and hit my head on a piano leg.
I was like, you are not. I'm asthmatic, so I was like, you are not joking me. No.
My kids never getting on TikTok if I ever have one.
No.
Yeah, I'm
No
never letting my
TikTok for
son have
you.
TikTok.
Sorry.
But you know what? That's kind of where parenting comes into play. Like my kids have TikToks, and
That's true.
That's true. Very true.
they would
But-
never eat Tide Pods or some crazy ass stuff. Or
right, right.
I remember last year when that bathroom that she was just talking about, my son came home. He's like, Mom, did you hear about the kid that got arrested? And I said, what are you talking about? And he was telling me that it was a TikTok thing that to destroy your school's bathroom or something. And people,
Okay, that's what you're saying.
That's the devious lick thing.
Yeah, like crazy.
I
Like,
believe
who
it.
makes this go, viral? Like,
Big
how does
time
this get
viral.
out? I don't get it. I know in Ohio, people that, I don't know if it was all around the country, but I know in Ohio there was a TikTok thing where people were fighting at the mall. And there would be groups of like 50 or 100 people all just start breaking out fighting in the mall. And it happened multiple times in
Like
Cleveland.
a flash mob fight?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I was
yes.
gonna
And
say
it was
it's the evil
multiple
flash mob.
schools. I mean, I was like, wow, But
So
hey,
people, I guess, some people just need to find something to do. I don't know.
Hey,
It's
Tiffany, I
very
found
hard
the
to-
other one, the other channel. This I'm going to play it off of the other channel.
Okay.
Because
I will
Wait,
too.
before
I
you
don't
play
blame
it,
you.
Before you play it, I just looked up 969,000 views for "Kill My Best Friend." And
oh wow,
crazy.
videos.
Wow.
So if you put in Google search, if anyone wants to double check, just put in Google search and say "Kill My Best Friend" TikTok trend. It'll bring you to TikTok, and you'll see what I'm seeing. I just looked it up. There's tons of "I will kill my bestie," "I'll kill my best friend," "I'll kill my best friend for you," "Would you kill your best friend?" But yeah, the title.
Jesus.
that's such a horrible message. Bro.
I know.
Joe Rogan wasn't lying when he was talking about TikTok. I didn't even really listen to what he was saying. Now I'm gonna have to.
Discover "Kill for My Best Friend's" popular videos, 1.8 million views.
Yeah, it's all over.
Man, what is wrong with this world these days?
Right. I don't even understand why TikTok would allow that.
There's no real rules on TikTok.
Oh, this one says
I
"Kill
know,
for
that's the
my
thing.
best
It
friend."
sucks.
But don't you think eventually they're going to start putting in rules now, or no? Do you think it's just?
I hope so.
But then they're going
All
to
of these are saying,
overdo
"I
it.
will kill for my best friend." I'd kill
Oh,
for my best
really?
friend. I'd kill for my best friend. I'd kill for my best friend. Yeah. But it's still killing somebody.
It's still killing, right?
Yeah.
right. It's still disturbing, no matter which way you word it.
Don't try me, boys. I would kill for my best friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, all
That's a
that's
little
being
intense.
planted into these kids' heads, and you wonder why they're being desensitized. I mean, honestly, it might be
And
a little
violent.
bit easier.
But
Yeah,
desensitized and ignorant at the same time.
at the same time, and privileged because they don't, to not have to feel like, my parents would have, times are different, times are just different. And it seems like a lot of people, and especially the past few years, it's like, stick to yourself, go along, get along. And it's the people that stand up and speak the truth that seem to be getting the most persecution. Like Ryan, he's just trying to, help spread the truth. I mean, he's a great musician and funny guy, and he's just trying to spread the truth, and he's getting hate and people telling him to stop. It's like, I wouldn't even have heard about this case if it wasn't for Ryan. I wouldn't be talking to you.
I think people are kind of going crazy about him because of the way he comes across at certain points. I love him to death. I agree with a lot of what he said, but he comes across a little manic, and I think people jump on his, the way he communicates.
He gets angry.
Yeah, and he doesn't handle opposition very well, and he speaks his mind very fluently. And I think that people sometimes get a little off on that and go with what sounds better, in general. A lot less, whatever is less, I can't think of the word of or not just that, but a little bit less in your face and flagrant.
Well, yeah, to
I don't know.
avoid
He comes
confrontation.
across a little wild. Yeah,
I don't think he
confrontational,
minds
like you said.
confrontation. He just wants to
I
get
can
the
tell
top
he don't.
himself.
He's from
You
where
know?
I'm from. I'm
Yeah, I
real close to
appreciate
him.
it.
And we
I
Yeah,
get
but you
that.
have
appreciate it.
to. With true crime, I mean, you're gonna get hate. Everybody does. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's
everyone.
No,
normal.
it's not just that. Like, it's the way he responds to
That's how
disagreeing
he's
people.
always
But people
been.
also attack him in chat because
But
they
I
don't
think
have
he
the answer
responds.
for it.
I think he responds really good, actually.
Yeah, I think he
I don't know on
represented
that.
very well.
I forgot the name of the show where he and Ronnie were able to talk to one another. Where
Ikmel.
I forgot the name of the guy. Yeah, and so
Ikmel.
he comes. Sorry, my car is making noises, but he comes on and then. Sorry, I'm not wearing my seatbelt, but he comes on and he's responding to the people in the chat, and he gets really offended and just like kind of goes off a little bit. But where we're from, that's kind of like the way we respond to people, and I mean that's just kind of the dialect around here. We just kind of go off and stuff, and people I don't think are really accustomed to that from other areas. Maybe the way
Yeah.
we just cuss them out, I just couldn't handle it, you know.
Or
I
lifestyles.
think that
like,
turns people off.
But I think
Like-
that I don't know. I think it's kind of normal, though. I don't think he's the only one.
Yeah, I didn't think he was out of.
That at all.
Me either.
I don't know. He wasn't out of line. It just sounded to me like people were.
Well, I mean, he kind of
off
barked, barked
He
a little
barked,
bit
but,
on somebody
you know.
else's show, but
He
Hey,
did
Amanda,
bark.
maybe mute for just a few minutes because it's really loud. My ears. I don't know why.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so
No,
bad.
no. Usually stuff doesn't bother me, but I think with all these people
Wow,
that just for a minute. So
I think it's because I'm on my Bluetooth. My bad.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
So I'm trying to. Okay, I got the video real quick. Hold on. I just had to edit it and but no, I got it from someone else. Hold on one second. Let me play it. See what you guys think. But like Laura said, it probably is just a trend, but it's still interesting because anything.
the look on her face, it just bothers me.
Who is that girl?
I don't know who the girl is. I haven't heard anybody identify her, nor would she probably want to be identified at this moment, you know?
No, I doubt it. Okay, so here it is. So I don't know. I think it is Sammy. Wait, so you guys don't think it's Sammy in chat? Why don't you think
I
it's
don't think
Sammy?
it's
Yeah,
Sammy.
people were saying it wasn't.
Oh, it looks like her, I think. You don't think?
Kind of, but not really.
Okay.
Well, I mean, with all made up and her, if her hair was longer or she had extensions, it's not plausible.
Hey guys, I'm gonna hop off panel for now. I'm gonna get my son to sleep. If you're still on, then I'll hop on once he's asleep.
Okay, cool. Thank you for coming.
Good night.
It was nice meeting you.
I'll see you guys soon. It was nice meeting you guys too. Have a good night.
Yeah. Wait, what is this?
Bye.
What did you email me? Somebody said they emailed me. Hold on a second.
Check your email.
Is this? Oh wait, is this that video? Because this is the person that did the community. The electric. What's her name? No, that's not Electric Medium. I thought it was. I don't know who this is. Wait a minute. Wait, go ahead. What?
I thought somebody had substantiated it came from her account, it was Sammy.
I don't know. Who knows? Proof Ronnie was very likely. Oh wait, hold on a second.
I think this person's lips are different, and her teeth are different.
Really?
And I think this looks like, if it is Sammy, it looks like Sammy a couple of years ago, not Sammy.
Oh yeah, I think it's.
But even then, it's
Sammy
still
longer.
kind of eerie. What is she doing?
They say we all have duplicates.
Yeah, that's true.
Doppelgangers.
So it's either her probably a couple years ago or maybe not. But I think it could be younger Sammy maybe. But I don't know about the moles. Can you actually even see moles in this?
No, I think they're talking about where I left a comment and said that the one guy looks like the guy that's trolling Ryan. And I guess there's more moles on the recent photo or that video of the guy versus the one that's 3 years old that I found on YouTube.
Oh, hey, Gypsy.
Hi.
How are you?
Living the dream. How are you?
I'm good. What do you think? Wait, you just went black.
Living the dream.
Sorry, Tim. I muted you for a minute because it was whatever you were doing was kind of loud. But
I was drinking water. Sorry.
oh no, not drinking. It was like the pounding. No, it's fine. I'm not. We all
I
have
might
to
have been filling my water.
What? I don't know why my ears are extra sensitive today for some reason. Normally, but wait, Gypsy just came on. It turned black and then she left. Okay, Gypsy, come back.
It's well, I mean, I live like close to Illinois and it's raining. So I don't know if there's, like outages or whatever, but it's raining.
Oh, okay. So this is the person. I don't think this looks like Miro at all, but people are saying
Is that the Pokemon video though?
I don't know, but it's the same guy. Does
Yeah,
it
it's the
matter?
Pokemon video.
Huh?
What?
It's the Pokemon video. The
You
title.
really- I don't think that
It
looks
kinda
like him at
looks like
all.
him.
I mean, but it's
Not
not
really.
him. I mean, he
The
looks
nose and the mustache. But like
Yeah,
I said,
that's
that's a
not the same.
that's a 3-year-old video. The guy
What
could
does
have
he
got
sound like though?
it sounds like
I don't-
he's got that
Hold on, I
pausey
didn't share
foreign
my audio
speech.
because my glitch. I'll have to hold on.
Oh,
Wait, what?
why
Why'd you
did
go-
your computer look like you were going through like the Twilight
Because
Zone?
it's when you share your whole screen. I have this glitch when I'm sharing my entire screen, it won't share my audio. Laura, you probably understand it's a pain in the butt. So I have to go back and just share the tab real quick. Okay, if you guys want to hear it. Let's see.
Because I did a reverse image search just using a screenshot, and that's what came up. And
Oh, really?
yeah,
That's where it came from then. Okay.
I think it's the big nose mustache part.
yeah, it is.
Wait, hold on. Let's listen real quick. This guy has an accent.
Yeah,
Miro didn't have an accent.
he spoke very slowly and not quite articulate.
I also play a lot of Pokemon Go, so if you want to see me play some
Definitely not the same.
Not that
I
bad.
know it's not
Okay.
him. I don't even think it looks like him. I mean, it looks
All
similar.
right,
Like
all
they look
right.
like similar guys, but I don't think it's like when you put them side by side. I think it's like no, that's not him. They just kind of look like similar guys.
People do have doppelgangers. I saw mine on CNN one time.
Yeah, I know
What's up,
that
my
don't
kings
look
and
like
queens,
him, but
my pimps and players, my Gucci and
you
gangs.
see, his accent got better. That's what I was gonna say. Like, if you want to go by his accent, his
Ah,
speech
okay.
got better in 3
Yeah,
years.
totally different guy.
That guy, yeah,
Yeah,
no, he don't
that
look
guy
nothing like it.
But
Way
that's why I didn't
different.
even play it because I was like, this is not even close. Because somebody
That
had said
one
it in
video,
chat. I was just like, I'm not
one
gonna play
video
it.
looks really close. I thought, but that's just me.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, yeah, I
Because
don't
what
think
is
it
the?
is.
Okay,
Wait, go ahead. What?
I was gonna say, did you have like a screenshot from
Yeah,
the
hold
thing?
on. Let me see from the guy, the other
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Now, zavgirl, I don't know if you got my email earlier, but I was
Hold on a second.
and I think you were really onto something with the cousin thing. You said it in the video that you put out. And
Yeah, I think that's a possibility because he said, I mean, the fact that he said, "Oh, my cousins are from Roseville," he said, "I'm
I
from
agree.
Roseville,"
That
and
one I
then,
agree with.
and then I do think there's a possibility there's a
Okay,
connection.
but
I don't think it's the same
Ryan
guy.
said, "Okay, dude, bro, your phone ain't pinging from there, liar."
that's another thing. I
But
have a
we don't.
friend that I looked up her number once and I asked her if her husband was having an affair because the number came up somebody totally different and she had her number for like 30 years. So she has no idea. And I said, "You sure he's not having an affair?" And bought someone a phone. Like I was joking. But yeah, her number came up to someone totally different in a different state. Nobody knows why.
But
And
Ryan Upchurch pinged the
Yeah,
phone.
but we don't know. Ronnie could have just been making that up about I mean, he could have just been saying Roseville, and then that's why Miro said, "Oh, I'm in Roseville," but he really wasn't. You know,
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
just a
That guy trolled.
connection.
That guy trolled it. He listened to the video. He listened to the details. He spit them back out. And the guy was like, "No, bro, I'm pinging from here." And Ryan's like, "The fuck you are, because I'm doing it right now, and you're not."
But you don't think that there's still a possibility? Yeah, that could be true, or they could be connected.
It could be connected, and
Did
they could have.
was it here that someone said about Sammy possibly being a cousin to Ronnie? I feel like somebody said that.
Ryan said that when he at first Ronnie showed up, because this is where all these things kind of get confuddled. So when Ronnie first appeared, Ryan was all like, "Oh, like with the voice changer, like, is it Sammy or is Sammy your cousin? Like, you're just trying to say this." And then between Iqbal and Ryan, like, things got crossed, and so it's kind of a mess. But no, Ronnie's just a dude that was giving an in-town perspective. Now, what I could see a possibility in is this Miro being somebody that was involved in maybe like her ultimate demise, because why did her sweater and her necklace show up in Sacramento Craigslist? Just like
That's
they
crazy.
did. That
Are we
that
positive
sucks.
that that was hers?
It is. I mean,
Is
I
that,
don't know.
that's like confirmed, like her necklace and sweater were for sale in Sacramento.
That was
Okay.
confirmed that it was hers? Her sweater. Wait, I didn't hear
It
about the
was?
sweater.
No, I'm
I told you.
asking. I'm asking if it was confirmed. Because
Well, they
that
have.
I mean,
would
that
be
would be easy
huge.
to fake to
That
get
would be
money.
huge to if that
It,
were the case.
but the
Because
necklace is sitting by itself. That's not. You're not faking that. It's literally a picture of it
Well,
sitting
Tiffany,
not
tell me
on
about
a.
the
But it's
sweater.
kind of like
Hold on,
saying
one second.
this toast was at the cross of Jesus. Spend this much money on it.
Hey, okay, yeah, Tiffany,
Guys,
tell me about the sweater. What sweater?
Did Ryan ever consider that it was a Google number?
Oh yeah, you could spoof number. I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many like methods of deception. Now the ping is probably not deceptive if he traced the IP. So that's why he knew it was coming from that house, or whatever, which is where it has some random super black guy. It has nothing to do with it.
But maybe that's just a coincidence, but still he could be, because when he said those are Ronnie shoes and just there is just some weird stuff. But maybe he was just a fan of Ryan's. He wanted to connect with him, so he just reached out. Like, yeah, I could see that either way.
Those aren't the dude's shoes in the video. Could you find a more innocuous pair of shoes?
No, I'm talking about when he showed the picture of the screenshot, and he knew, he goes, those are Ronnie's shoes. The screenshot,
Yeah, because the guy was trolling long enough to memorize everything in the video in case Ryan questioned him.
A shoe, though, you think?
Yes,
Really?
I would have been looking at every detail in that video if I was about to try to.
trolls can go that far. They go that far. The way to that's.
He was trying to get info, so this is where the suspicion I have lies. If her belongings showed up in Sacramento, this guy is out there, his phone's pinging to that area. Okay, so did somebody do something to her from that area? And now, because he even says like, I'm just trying to get info, So is it because he's guilty, or him and his
That's what it
friends are
seemed like
guilty?
to me. That's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah.
That was my vibe. My vibe was that guy was trying to be ears, and trying to find out what was going on and acting like he was a fan, blase, trying to,
And that Ronnie was super sus. Like, don't
Yeah.
leave Ronnie. You need to go after him.
Yeah. I mean, it could have actually been Ronnie. Ronnie's probably not even the right person. Even like the name isn't even right. Anyway,
It is right. He changed. He double trolled the guy that trolled his identity, and he changed his profile name. It's a real Instagram. It's been confirmed, and he changed it over to like the guy's name. But he's a real person. Ronnie Jones is a real person.
But the guy that we're thinking of isn't Ronnie though.
No, Miro, no.
Yeah. It's just Ronnie in quotations. That's what I call him. Like Ronnie in quotations. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Red
Ronnie,
flag,
and then
I
there's
was
red
getting
flag
confused
Ronnie.
there for a hot second. I'm like, hold on. All right. I'm glad I'm not off track.
And that's why I'm so confused when Ryan keeps saying they're the same person. But Kurt says that he thinks this is what this means, but I'm not sure because he keeps saying like, the white leg, it's him. I don't. Go ahead. What?
I think he doesn't understand. Like in the beginning, he was looking at the fake Instagram, like the mock profile, and that's what he was basing it on. So that's when he started freaking out, and like that didn't get corrected, and it just kind of rolled downhill.
See, my intuition, right? Like that's why I called about the ledges. Was my intuition was like something more like that, like a festival type deal, where because they did say rave, rave festival.
It basically turned into a rave.
Let me think.
Right,
Hey, Cassie, thank
So
you.
I
This is for
pictured
all.
like a
Wait,
big
hold on,
party
Tim,
with a bunch of
give me
little Sorry.
Let's give me 1 minute because I've been not even being able to say thank you to the super chats.
Yeah, go for your.
So thanks, Cassie Roku. Justice for All channel bought the sweatshirt that was for sale. The owner said it was nephew's. It was listed before she went missing. Watch his last video. Wait, they bought the sweatshirt in order to like check it out? What do you mean? What sweatshirt though, Tiffany? That's what I was trying to ask you.
Her odd future.
I think she's talking about that white one.
Yes,
where was it found?
Joseph Morris. We all know
It was the
Joseph
nephew.
Morris posted how all of Kaylee's items are being sold on Poshmark and all these other places.
I tried looking on Posh. I didn't find it, but I heard Craigslist for.
Craigslist, yeah. But I mean, do you know how many of these sweatshirts are sold daily?
Exactly.
So,
The one
I
that
didn't
she's talking
see
about was
any
listed
more, like-
before.
So you're saying it might not be
this one
hers.
was
It's just
listed
the
before
same
I don't think
hoodie,
it's
Laura.
wall.
What's that?
I think it's just somebody selling, you know.
Okay, and they think because it just happened at that time that it's Kylie's probably, huh?
Yes. So they're probably marking it up and people are buying them. Like, okay.
Oh,
But I don't know.
that would be weird.
If you thought it was hers, why would you buy it? I don't know. That's
People
just
are weird like that, but it said it was listed on Craigslist through Sacramento. Same with the necklace.
But I'm sure there's a lot of people in Sacramento that have that. They probably saw it as a money thing. Oh, like
The
how
chain-
much
But
was
it was listed before she went missing, and it was said to be the lister's nephew.
Okay, so how
It
much
belonged to
are
the
they
nephew.
charging?
That
A
I
lot?
don't know. I was just
Oh.
reading what Cassie said.
Oh,
that
it
it was
was
supposedly
listed
the lister's
before?
nephews listed before she went missing.
Oh, so then why buy it?
Oh, I didn't even catch that when I was reading it. Thank you. Oh my lordy. Oh, thanks, Cassie, though, for the super chat. Wow. So why are people doing that? Gosh darn it. Well, they're messing it, making everybody confused. Hey, Officer Squarehead.
Too many. Yeah.
Miro was trolling Ryan. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe. I'm like 50-50. I think that there might be a connection between him and Ronnie, or maybe it's just somebody that was a fan of Ryan's, wanted to talk to him and just trolling him, basically.
But he could be involved if they're saying, I mean, I know it's not proven that things that popped up in Sacramento were hers, but like, you know, when he said he had searched the plates on that one car and it was like cartel, like looking like it was cartel, like washed through like 50 sales or something. So the guy could have nefarious intentions, but
Ronnie or Miro? Because I thought you just said you
Miro.
didn't think.
Ronnie
You're
is just
confusing me though.
Ronnie
I
is
thought-
a local, he's a veteran guy that lived in the area, was just talking about the parties, and apparently has crappy cousins. That, you know, whether he was there or not, I don't know. Maybe he was. Maybe he was a piece of crap. But the Miro guy came
Sounded like you did.
several days later and started trolling Ryan.
But you think he
Ryan,
might be involved then? Okay, so I thought you were saying he's just a troll and he's not.
he could,
I think he could be too.
He could be, or he's interjecting because they had something to do with it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so they could kind of control the narrative a little bit, or maybe he saw her. Or, you don't really think he knows Ronnie? Like, you don't think they're connected, and Ronnie sent him to talk to Ryan to kind of control
No,
what
I don't.
he says of Ronnie, what he thinks of Ronnie.
It feels
no?
a lot like everybody's going off of I heard this and I heard that. I mean, really, it feels
Oh,
like
it
we're
is.
going off on rabbit, trails and stuff.
That's all we have. I know.
Dude,
That's what we
what's
do.
getting thrown
I
at
know,
us
yeah, I
right now.
agree. That's all we
They're
have.
throwing like monkey wrenches at us. Like, that's what I was just gonna say. Did you guys hear the caller? I think it was on American Dream Catchers or whatever the channel is called. I'm sorry. But there was a caller that called in and said that she was like, her car was for sale in Florida, and that she was being like trafficked, and like went on and it was when Upchurch was actually on with him, and
I'm being trafficked, but I didn't call the police. I called you on YouTube.
that's what exactly, and that's what they said too. Why didn't and he's like, well, I'm not gonna come. So it was like, and it sounded just like the same type trolling, I guess you guys, whatever you want to call it, sounded like the same thing, that they had done to him prior, like the same
That guy
scenario.
sounded legit. His story was absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah, he sounded super legit, but his story was it just was crazy.
It was so dumb. I was like, oh my God, I can't even believe I'm listening to this. Like,
Yeah. I agree. That's why I said there's so much stuff being thrown out there that so that
Wait, there's another guy? What are you talking about? There's somebody else pretending to be or saying there's
yeah,
someone else?
there was somebody else, and I think Upchurch thought it was just
it was really bad.
Yeah.
What was their name? What was their name?
I can't remember.
It had to do with the Pompano Beach, Florida trafficking.
Yeah,
person.
yeah, and he looked up the
It was
past.
bad. But the one thing, and so I was talking about this last night. The one thing people have to remember: 99% of trafficking has to do with low income, has to do with people that are in the system. I looked up these facts last night. Almost 100% of kids that are sex trafficked are in a welfare system.
But is that for young kids?
Yes, the odds of an affluent, blonde hair, 17-year-old, which is age out, getting sex trafficked are slim to none. And these are facts.
I believe that. I believe
that. I believe that.
I do too.
So these people coming up with these ridiculous stories that
Yeah. I only brought that up to make it just to say that there's so many ridiculous stories out there that
Not that trafficking isn't a reality in those
No,
areas.
I'm saying that caller could have been calling about many other different things also, just maybe different lines. I don't know at this point.
And then you had the other caller, this topped the cake of the craziest things I ever heard, who said that it's a government conspiracy.
What?
Yeah, I heard that one too. Like it's a red flag or something. Like, here, pay attention to this, not that.
But it takes one person to say that kind of thing, and then there are a group of people who are going to go
because of
blind.
Trump. So it's all a big government
Always
conspiracy that has to do with Trump.
Oh, okay. And then also the Satanist Burning Man conspiracy too.
Yeah, I heard that one. That was so ridiculous. I don't even.
And they're still standing by it too. They're like, I don't care if it's red, it's related. Like, okay.
Whatever. If that makes you sleep at night. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody sent
Wait, is
this
that
in. I know somebody sent it in.
Oh, because they're
so-
comparing
yeah.
face.
Yeah, it's a different girl.
I don't know.
Really?
Her
I
nose
think
is
it
the
looks
same
the
size.
same.
It is.
That
Her
looks
nose
the
is
same girl to
I
me.
think she looks really
Yeah.
young in this, but
and she
Just
had longer
younger.
hair,
Yeah.
yeah, and makeup, like more makeup on.
But
Oh,
the
that has to
trend
be her
wasn't
bottom
a long
right.
time ago. The
No, I'm
trend
sorry.
wasn't years ago. That's
Okay,
why.
so that may be why. Yeah.
That's why I don't think it's her.
Well, I
Bottom
could.
right to top
If
left
it was
looks
years
very
ago,
similar.
then if she's 18 now, she would have been 15. Like, let's say 3 years ago.
Yeah. She looks like she has a
She looks
baby
about
face.
15 there.
It's weird how people's faces change. Like for real, the bottom left or bottom right and top left look like the same person, just aged. Yeah, faces get wider.
Yeah, I mean, I have 2 younger sisters. That's why I
Wider,
say I'm
not
watching it happen right now. So I've watched them change from young girls to females, young women, very fast in a couple years.
Yeah.
You know.
It's
My
strange though
youngest
because
is
like
17. Yeah. Go ahead.
no, mine was kind of pointless to say. I mean, just like the ratio of the face, it just gets like wider and heavier looking. I guess chin and or, I'm never mind. It just looks
No,
like
I
that.
mean
It
you're
does.
definitely entitled to your opinion, just like everybody else.
anybody?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just going by what I think. I mean, you ladies would know more than I would, but like, just from my perspective, I mean, like guys seem to like Upchurch. I mean,
We
he
know
looks.
that
I think he's like
This is her
30. You know, I mean, he doesn't look. He looks very young. I mean, I look young for my age. You know, like guys seem to age differently.
Yeah, guys age better. I feel like
I
the
think it
older
all
They
they
do
get,
like wine
the older
I'm
they
gonna
get, the
stay out
better
of this.
looking they get. I feel like they're like, I don't know.
and the salt and pepper. Love.
Yeah, it's so.
Y'all.
You guys are lucky.
That's why I dye my hair. It doesn't look good on girls.
Aw. So yeah, this is
This
Sammy's
picture right
Facebook.
here.
It's old because she doesn't seem to use it too much anymore. But yeah, this is young. So this would be young her.
You know the one where she was like doing some kind of up nose weird face, and I was like, no, the hair. But that one you just showed is very similar hair. to the one I think I had said earlier. I was like, that's not her because her hair. But yeah, the one that you just showed a second ago, it lines up more so
Okay.
with I think it was like what, a TikTok or something where she was like up nosed.
Oh, the one that's just the picture that I showed, you mean?
Yeah, it's just a picture and she's
Oh, let
like
me
looking
get it.
down at the
Yeah.
camera. And I was thinking that's not her, but her hair looks very similar in the one you
Let me
showed just a
find
second
it.
ago.
Well, you're talking about the one where it says about killing your friend, right?
No. This was way a while earlier. That
Oh, yeah. That's
because I had said something about her
the chance
hair,
of
but that
getting.
looks a lot like
But this is the one. Yeah, the chance of getting killed by your bestie.
killed by your
is
bestie.
low.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That does actually look like her. You can't see the mole, but I don't think
What
that's a
mole?
big
I didn't.
deal.
What mole are you talking about? It's
When you go back to there is one like on her cheek if the picture's not flipped, like if you're looking at it be the left hand side, the picture you showed just a second ago.
Okay. Yeah, but it's too hard because look how like that. It's not a very good.
It's blurred,
Yeah, it's
she could have
blurred.
covered it up. You would never know. But there is one in one of the pictures you just showed that you can see it, but that's not to say anything really.
Let's see. I didn't know. Yeah. Well, I guess it doesn't. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, right there. Right there. You mean?
Yeah, I mean it might.
There's a mole there. There's
It's
one.
just not something you might not be able
They're
to see
little.
it in
Oh,
the
there's
other
one
one.
up here. Oh, it switches. It flips. You're okay.
And it could be overexposed on her cheek where you wouldn't see that kind of detail anyway in the other picture. So it probably isn't important.
Maybe she had makeup on.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
good
makeup
point.
and
Look,
the
the only
lighting.
guy is the only one thinking about the makeup.
If you look at that picture with her with red hair, that looks like it was a couple of years ago when she would have been 15 or 16. So that doesn't match that TikTok.
That red hair photo looks weird to me. It doesn't look like it matches her.
I think it looks great in it.
I didn't think it looked like her. It looks so different.
I'm gonna look at the Twitter now. Yeah, you think so? It does, but she's younger.
She
and
looked
this has
tall. Yeah, for some reason.
She looks what?
She looked tall, if I'm not mistaken. If it's the picture she's talking about, she looked pretty tall.
Okay. Does anybody know how tall she is? I don't know. See, people aren't talking to us.
No, that's a
people...
good question. Like,
you don't have closure with your daughter. Oh, this is that one.
I'm not leaving, but I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Oh, this is that conversation. Or wait, I was not at the party. Kylie and Sammy were never really friends. Mags is her best friend. Kylie and I are close. Oh, I didn't see this part. This is Kate right here. I was not at the party. So that's Tiffany. We were wondering if she's at the party. Kylie and Sammy were never really friends. Mags is her best friend. Kylie and I are close friends.
Sammy used her. They used
Sammy
her. Girl.
Very close because she said they became really close in recent months. So confusing. So she's asking if Kylie hung out with Sammy. She said no. Sammy and Kylie never hung out. Sammy only took the lead because she put the party together. Oh, it was her party. Why do you think she left Kylie there? Is that normal? Because you all arranged to go home by yourselves usually, or do you also find that odd? I also find that odd. Katie says, really?
Megan,
she shouldn't have left Kylie alone.
Megan said that there was a caller and that was somebody's mother in the area whose child supposedly didn't go, but she said that Sammy got a ride home from a guy. They would not list him, but a guy.
Oh, okay. Is he joining? So yeah, he did join. Is he helping now?
No, he said 21 days he wanted. He said he was hesitant to join now.
Okay.
why is he hesitant to join?
Because he's useless.
Yeah. Besides that,
he did find the gun in the Gabby Petito case. He
I'm gonna
actually
shut
found
down
the gun.
tonight because somebody.
Wait, hold on. Wonder Woman, can you hear us?
How the fuck to do this? Shut down.
I don't know what's going on. And that's the one I keeps echoing. I tried to add her, but I don't think she knows that I just put her on.
I was like, "Fuck is
she yelling at me about the dog?"
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
But do people not realize he's 70 years old? He's not.
I love the dog. I don't know why everybody hates him.
It's so funny to me. Like people like, oh, we loved. What do you? The man's 70 years old. What do you think he's gonna do?
He's got like an intimidation factor because of celebrity status.
He's a TV star. That's it.
Yeah.
But do you think he has like connections or people to help, like
No.
the support of like?
I think he was good 50 years ago when he found somebody that gave him the name of being a bounty hunter, but he hasn't really done much after that other than stuff for TV.
Probably Officer Squarehead. Probably.
I agree.
That's what a lot of people think. Huh?
I agree. There is a weird tension with that and what she says about her. It's weird.
Where's that SF? Where'd that go? I'm trying to see if chat. Everybody, you guys, these emails that you guys are sending me, I'm a little bit confused. Somebody keeps sending me emails of that one psychic medium. So I'm like skimming through and it's just her talking. Is there a reason why you keep sending them to me? I'm confused.
Did you see the psychic with the guy? Somebody sent it to me last night. I have not heard the whole thing, but he did one for Dylan Rounds and one for Kylie. And he got these spirits talking. And I'm not one for spirit apps. I think they're ridiculous. But he gets so excited about it. I'll send it to you. He gets so excited about it. I'm like, whoa, this guy's weird. But like the Dylan Rounds, it was like kill Kurt. A couple of other things. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, it was like 4 a.m, so I didn't listen to the whole thing. But and then I saw he did one for Kylie, and he's got a lot of views. But he did one for Kylie. I haven't really listened to a lot of it, but it was like friends, knows who did this, something like that. It's pretty interesting.
The friends totally know who did that. They know what happened.
Absolutely. There's at least 2 people that know what happened. At least 2.
Still living? Because, you can only keep a secret if, like, one person's dead.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good, so maybe, 2 alive that know.
I'm gonna get this. But I got to address something that came up in my live last night. Brian R. just said something about the name Steve or Steven. They are connected to a wake waiter named Steven. No psychic came up with the name Steven. If you go to Kylie's, I forgot where, but we tracked it and they're connected to a Steven. So all the psychic did was look up who they're connected to and found Steven. That's where the name Steven comes from. It's one of their good friends.
Okay.
Wait, they're saying it wasn't a psychic. Was it a medium? What was it?
No, but there's people are coming back saying that psychics came up with the name Steven, but they didn't, because all they had to do was look them up on social media, and they're both him and Jagger, Kylie and Jagger are both connected to a Steven.
Oh, okay.
Look that up, and now they're saying Steven because there's no Steven that's like really named. You know what I mean? Like it's Sammy and Kate, and this one is not like a real Steven that's named. So Instagram account, thank you. So all they had to do was look up Steven. I mean, look up who their friends were. And because Jagger and Kylie was so close to this one Steven, now everyone's running with the name Steven.
Okay.
Way back for years.
Wow, interesting. Yeah,
I just want to put that out. But
okay.
See you guys later.
All right, thanks, Laura, for stopping.
Thank you for having me. I'll see you guys later.
It was fun.
And I'll send you the emails of those psychics.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, keep it real. We're not laughing at what's going on. We're allowed to just have a little bit of fun and keep it a little bit lighthearted. It's not, no, we're not. It's not funny about a missing girl, but that means we're not allowed to laugh when we're chatting amongst each other. I mean,
if you've heard me off of this panel, the things that I've said, I mean, I've throughout this has been a journey that I really didn't sign up for. It's not funny at all.
No, I know, but I mean, you have to kind of keep it light sometimes. And, I do this every day. I can't sit there and be so like serious and sad all the time. Like I have to try to keep it a little light, try to find some kind of, happiness in it all, and like not in what happened, but like
No, but
I don't know how to word it, but it's just
like to have some light in the
in the dark.
conversation.
Yeah.
Amongst the
Yep.
dark, for
Okay.
sure.
It's
So
okay.
whoever said SF investigates things, yeah, look what he said, because I think he's in town. He said
He's
nobody.
investigating.
Oh, he says nobody from the party is talking. Maybe because there is nothing to speak about. I have searched all day, every day, and not seen one law enforcement or friends searching since Monday. In a bizarre twist from person, Sammy and her parents suddenly and unexpectedly also left California on Monday. Wow.
What?
Wonder.
Yeah, I wonder how the cops. I bet you they're tailing her wherever she goes.
Oh yeah.
I think they've
That's
been
why
watching
she's
her after
allowed
that
to go.
12
Honestly,
No, I think after that 12:36 call that she claimed, they've been watching her because that doesn't add up.
Yeah,
with
I
the
mean
phone
they've
turning
taken off things on the timeline that
Yeah.
she had stated, like,
Yep, I definitely think
I
that
don't
they're
know if
on.
maybe she lied to her parents first, so they let her like start talking, but like now it seems like they're running.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
she obviously couldn't be the one that she couldn't have done everything. So she had to have had help anyways. So she, one way or another, the Ronnie guy and the other gentleman, I mean, still have to be, had to be involved somehow, no matter which way you look at it.
But why only those two? I mean, there was 200 other people.
I just haven't, yeah, okay. I don't know. I still have yet to grasp that the 200, if there was 200 people, then yeah, she could have stumbled upon anybody, and if that's the case, then who knows? And if she didn't drive there, then who would they do with her car? If it was just some odd person, then wouldn't the people where she left her car be worried about her and not be lying and stuff? So
That's why it's weird that what part Sammy plays. Like, I think Sammy said, "Hey, I'll be your driver. Just show up to this. I want to go to this." And Mags too, because she wanted it as an excuse to see her boyfriend. They dragged her into it. Then, she ditches her, drunk as hell. Like, I don't know, man.
Well, look, I can say this, and this was something I was thinking about when I was listening to y'all earlier before I joined in. And here in Ohio, I don't know if you remember the story. There was a boy who went missing, and I mean went missing, nobody could explain it. Where did he go? There was no explanation whatsoever. And come to find out, it was a vacation house across the street from him, and he used to he was abused inside of his home, so he was locked out of his house, which the parents neglected to tell the police that he was locked out. And he used to slide in through the window at this vacation home across the street. Well, it was locked, so was looking in the fireplace from the top and through the chimney, and he dropped his phone down there and actually tried to go through the chimney to get his phone.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah,
Case.
yeah, and
Yes,
there
the
was
boy.
and everything we're saying. All the
Yes.
things we're saying now, were being said then, and come to find out he's right across the street the whole
Yes, the
time.
whole time. I remember that. Yes. Oh my
And
god.
I don't know what came of that, but in my head, didn't you ever say what about the stepdad? Could it, wouldn't that be an easy way to also put him in there?
Did the mother? I mean, could the mother alibi him right away? Were they in bed together?
Honestly, I don't remember. It was years ago.
It was years
ago. But
wait, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Kirk. I don't even know that case. I'm sorry.
They said it was an accident. It was just like an accident, is what they.
Yeah. So I mean, things happen. Things do happen. So can't leave out the possibility of just something, happening. But it seems I don't believe in coincidences. So, there's too much synchronicities that line up with Sammy for her for this just to be some weird run into some people and she went missing type deal.
Yeah. You guys, I'm starting to, my back is killing me. I feel like I need to get up and walk around. So I think I'm going to end this I don't mean to just cut you off, and I am like dying of heat. I need to go down the basement and get my fan. But yeah, but we've been on for 3.5 hours. Thank you for coming up again, Tiffany, Tim, all of the freaking panel people that came up. It's been awesome.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
guys.
me.
Yeah, we'll do this again, definitely. I just wanted, hey, Stealthy, we're just like brainstorming. I don't think we're mixing up facts. There's only a few facts. We know the
Definitely not
facts.
mixing
And
up.
the
I'm
rest is
throwing,
just brainstorming. We're just giving our theories.
throwing
So
stuff in the air at this point.
yeah,
I'm definitely not
I've
mixing.
done
I'm
my
not calling
freaking
these
work.
facts at all.
Are you kidding me? I've done hours, like stayed up nights in this past week. I've done my work. Trust me. So
I was
don't.
watching like 3 streams on different devices at one time.
I know, yeah. And Tiffany, she's over there with the whiteboard. We know the facts. We're not stupid.
Well, you ladies have a good night. Chat, have a good night. Be safe. Creek
Yes, you
Squad,
too.
peace.
You too. Thanks, Tim.
Yep, I'm out.
Come back
Bye.
next time. Thank you.
Thank
It was nice
you.
chatting with you. It was a pleasure.
Bye-bye.
And Tiffany, thank you. Of course, you're like my
Thank
sidekick
you.
now. Man, I don't know. It's like I can't tell if it's my back or I just need to eat or something. I think it's like my ribs are hurting right here. Does that ever happen to you?
Like right in here?
Like it's like the side to the front. It's probably just sitting too long, but I've sat way longer than 3 hours. That's why it's weird. I just need to walk around.
I mean, your gallbladder, you got your gallbladder, your liver, and your pancreas, or even your stomach too, can get inflamed.
Well, no, shoot. Now I'm getting freaked out.
No, I
There's
mean,
both sides, so that's
it's normal. It can be normal unless it becomes a problem.
I just always get paranoid because my history of blood clots. So I think that my anxiety starts taking over, and then it makes it worse. And I know, like
do you have a clotting disorder?
Yes, I do. I've had 2 different times. Like I've had pulmonary embolisms 2 different times. So yeah, but I know people that are regulars. You've heard me worry about this before because I have a few times on lives where I get like that.
I get worried about chest pain because my dad died 2 weeks after he turned 35 of a heart attack. So
oh
when
my
I get
God, I would be so paranoid. Well, wait, no, you're fine. Listen to me, I'm gonna worry you. But
no, because actually I have genetic high cholesterol and I'm actually allergic to all the meds that you can
That's
take.
what I'm saying. I would be. I understand.
I am
your
worried.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Wow. I'm sorry,
well, no,
man.
but it's just those things that make you paranoid.
I get it. Trust me, I get it. I know I'm drinking water right now, but thanks everybody. Tiffany, now that I have your phone number, dude, wait, did you text me before the last live even? And I didn't even know?
I texted you right after the live because I stayed up and I figured out the shoes. I did this, I did that.
I'm glad I have it because I sent you my number like a few days ago. I'm like, oh, she must not want to like do it that way. But the whole time I'm so bad with my phone because somehow like there'll be new people and it goes wait. Oh, you said because what was it again? A setting?
There's like filters. Yeah, you can have like unknown messages, and then you can have all like either known ones displayed, unknown displayed, or all.
I don't even know. What would default to? Because I don't think I changed.
Probably unknown. So you have to like put me in as a contact, and then it'll come up as known.
Oh, you want to know what else I do sometimes? And I don't know how this happens. And now I have Bella as it. And this has happened before with other people. And I just mess around and somehow it leaves. Where it looks like Bella is me on here. So like I don't see her notifications because it's like me. It's in the main area. And I don't know how to get it off. And it's happened before, like other people. And I just kind of like mess around and it eventually goes off. But it's annoying because I don't know. It's like on me. Like, it's like right there. It's like where my stuff would be. And it's her.
That's really weird.
Oh, I've had it multiple times happen. So I don't know. So I don't know how to get it off because I never know what I do. It just ends up working out and it goes away. But
it shows up for your info or it's a pinned message in your like messaging app.
I don't know. What does that mean? I don't know. No, it doesn't say my name. It says her name, but
okay.
It's like where it could be me though.
Okay, because I accidentally did this. I pinned my mother. And so I was like, why is this up here?
Pinned?
And,
okay.
Yeah, apparently you could pin a message. Like if you, For
Is
somebody,
that what? That's what
there-
it is. How do you do it? Undo it then. Hold on. It's just pinned. If it's right up
yeah,
there.
yeah, and it stays up there, and it's like
Hold on.
uber
Let me.
important. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Edit
pinned.
pins. Hold on. I just want to see it. Okay. Why does it look like they're all pinned? Hold on.
Are they all
Oh my
pinned?
god, you fixed it! I just unpinned it. It was pinned.
It took me a while to figure that out. I was like, why?
Oh my god, that's all it was. Thank you. That's been driving me nuts. I'm like, I hope it goes away soon. Because like when it's up there, it doesn't have the blue dot either because it's up there. I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, thanks. That's figured out. All right, so thanks everybody for coming. You guys are awesome. I'm kind of disappointed that Ryan didn't show up because I wanted to hear from his words like what he meant, but he didn't show up. So maybe he'll respond to my my video because I just, like I said, I think he's doing a great job. I just want to know that little detail so I could figure out, like, because maybe it's so simple, like Kurt said, maybe it's just that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's using it as, oh, he's him, but he's me and he's talking for him. But then the white leg, I don't know. There's other things that it doesn't make sense. But yeah. So maybe he'll be able to explain it sometime, or maybe he'll make a video on it, you know, because I'm
Yeah,
sure
maybe he'll make something.
Kurt might ask him because I think Kurt's friends with him. So maybe he'll ask him and then he'll do a video explaining it because it's driving me nuts all night, last night, today. It's just like driving me nuts. Not just like trying to figure out what do you mean?
Yeah.
You know? But hey, Awaken R, let me say hi to a couple people in chat real quick. Mystic Butterfly or Mystic Firefly. Sue. All right, I do gotta go, guys. Yeah, my gosh, it's hurting. Should I play a song? Oh, I know what I could play. Hold on. I could play my Be Kind one that's actually it's not. I made a little video. It doesn't have like any pictures of anybody particular, but it's, hold on, I'll show you. Just to go out on a positive note. Whoever, I just heard somebody backstage. I'm about to end it. I can't see you right now because I have my screen up, but I think I just heard whoever's backstage. I'm not ignoring you, but I'm about to end it. So hold on, let me see if I could see who's there. Hold on, let me just find. Wait. Where's it at? Hold on, let me think. It's under my music videos. Where is it? Okay, here it is. All right, Be Kind. Okay, I'm going to play this and then end it, guys. So everybody have a great Friday, and hopefully we'll be seeing you this weekend. Tiffany, now that I have your phone, I could text you. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, girl. Thank you. And wait, hold on. I thought there was something else right here that I wanted to show you. Residence High Rose. Oh, yeah, this right here, you guys. Look. Did you guys read that? It says the radius Kylie's vehicle could be within a figure of 37 to 45 miles. She bought 2 gallons of gas before the party. She was close to empty. That car gets about 24 miles per gallon in this terrain. She drove to the party and ran the car to charge phones. That's kind of interesting. So that he knows, because Tiffany said he was investigating the case. So he knows that she went and got 2 gallons. So that's all she had. That's really interesting. So, you know what I'm saying? These people do know more. They're just not going to make everything public. I hope the law enforcement knows more. It sounds like they're having trouble getting information, but hopefully they do. All right, guys, I'm going to end you with a Be Kind. It's Aaron Kellum. If anybody that wants to know, he's got really positive, good songs. So just go check them out, and everybody have a good day. Thank you all the super chats. If I missed to tell you thank you, I apologize. I'm gonna go through and look at who super chat me today later in a little bit after I walk around, and then I'll at least be aware of who did it. So thank you. Get off, Ronnie. Remember Miro. Okay, Eliza. Thank you. Aw, Mystic Firefly. Aw, Bammy. Sue. Hopefully you guys enjoy the convo. Oh, I know it gets like, whew, like all the people. I love having a big panel. I think it just takes a minute for people to kind of like understand, you know, the give and take of lives, how to do it. So if people are new, it just takes a little bit, but if they keep coming up, they'll understand. So Tiffany's a pro, and no, it was great though. That was great, you guys. So, all right, let me add this and then I will see you guys later.
I know that kindness is the answer we're all looking for. I know that love could be the thing that opens any door. Maybe I've been naive before, but I'm not anymore. 'Cause I know that kindness is the answer we're all searching for. Who really, 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 really needs your love. Who really, 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 really needs your love. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. I know that everyone's got mountains that they're climbing on. Sometimes we throw 'em ropes, but mostly we just throw 'em stones. You know the world never changed for better when hate carries on. So stop throwing love away just to say that you're not wrong. What do you really need to let go? To see that someone really, 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 really needs your love. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. Oh, you gotta see yourself in the face of your brother. See your sister as you. Let's call it us and lay our lives down for one another and leave our pride for the truth. We gotta be the change. We gotta be the change. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. Oh, I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. Oh, I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, really need to know. I'm begging you to be kind, really need to know. I'm begging you to be kind, really need to know. I'm begging you to be kind, really need to know. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind.
Bye, guys. Love you.